With 3 weeks left in the regular season, the newly 17th ranked team in the country, Central Michigan, must survive a gauntlet to earn their 4th straight appearance to the national tournament. Tonight, starting that gauntlet, they roll up to the doorstep of the number 14 team in the nation, looking to get back in the win column against the team they are deadlocked with in the MCHC East. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Troy, Michigan, and inside Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. Alongside me is Devin Sarah. I'm Reagan Cleaves. We're happy to have you along, and we will be with you all the way here tonight as the Central Michigan Chippewas battle it out with the Oakland Golden Grizzlies for the number 4 spot in the MCHC East. Well, Devin, this series has been historically all Oakland in the past 10 years. However, Central Michigan was able to get the better of Oakland last year, getting 3 out of the 4 available points in the season series. What do you expect in this battle here tonight between two teams that are fighting for their lives?
Make no mistake about it, Cleese. This is going to be a dogfight, and we throw that term a little loosely around here at CCHM, but this is the definition of it. These two teams have historically been the rivals of each other. It's been physical, it's been fast, it's had wonderful defense, but even bigger goal scoring. And tonight, you can expect a very, very physical and mean demeanored game because of where these two teams are at. Central enters tonight newly ranked 17th in the country. They're 1 spot out of a national tournament appearance. Meanwhile, Oakland is at number 14 in the country. They have so much to play for. This is the first time in 3 years they've been in a position to make the national tournament. They've got everything to play for here. National implications, MCHC implications. This is going to be one of the most anticipated games of the season.
It should be fun. Oakland, a team that won the national title back in 15-16, looking to get back, as Devin said, to the tournament for the first time in 3 years. It should be one heck of a game here tonight. Taking a look back at the last series for CMU, however, it was not so great. CMU lost 6-3 the first night to Lawrence Tech a week ago today, and on Saturday it was even rougher. 8-1 the final. Lauren Jones got chased after the goal number 7, but it was a close game. It was 1-0 headed into the first intermission, and then when Owen Campbell, tied it up at 7:07 of the second, it was all Lawrence Tech from there.
Yeah, the rails really fell off because Lawrence Tech scored the next 4 unanswered goals, Reagan. A lot of that due to the penalties that the Chippewas took. Roughing call after game misconduct, which saw Owen Campbell leave. Central looked so dejected after Lawrence Tech just had their way. They were skating faster. They could run 4 lines. Central, being down Keelan Baker and Jane Adu, looked like they were a step behind the rest of the game. It seemed like afterwards they just could not find any muster in that third period again. Lawrence Tech would go on to score 3 more goals in that third and roll away. It was a game Lawrence Tech just simply outplayed Central Michigan, and one they wish they had back, but they cannot, which resulted in the score it did.
Yeah, indeed, and I think the turning point of that game was that Owen Campbell goal. He scored, and then 3 seconds later, 3 seconds, that's incredibly fast. Lawrence Tech went down the ice, and Reyes scored what would end up being the game-winning goal, making it a 2-1 hockey game at that point. Little did we know they would score 6 more in that contest, but really the storyline coming into tonight, Devin, is can the Chippewas turn it around against an Oakland team?
I think so. This we'll see coming up here with this matchup is what Brendan Martin talked about before the game was you got to put it behind you. It's just another game, another bad game, and that is, and you got another one to prove yourself wrong here today. Look, make no mistake about it, they've had a couple of gong shows this year, notably against Notre Dame. In the Miami Showcase, they had the game against IUP where they tied, and then Lawrence Tech an 8-1 rout. Make no mistake about it that even though that score seems like they were heavily outplayed, there was a time in the first 10 minutes where we thought Central was going to go toe-to-toe with them, especially with that Owen Campbell goal. And then you mentioned the face-off draw win and the goal. So, look, this one is a clean slate. They're resetting themselves mentally and physically, and they got a chance just as much as any team to have the win here today.
Let's take a look at the implications for this game, especially in the MCHC East. These two teams deadlocked at 8 points apiece through 8 games. They both have 4 wins, 4 losses. The winner of this series will take that number 4 spot in the division, and they sit behind Michigan, Saginaw Valley State, and Lawrence Tech with 11, 14, and 15 points respectively. And then behind them, it's Adrian at 4 points, 2 and 6, and Michigan Flint has already completed their season, or their MCHC season. They are 0-11-1. So they are for sure in that 7th spot, but everything else is up in the air as we go down the stretch. Games in the conference here tonight. Saginaw plays Michigan at 6 p.m. That will be a big one here tonight. They've already gotten underway. We'll take a look, see if we can get a score for you on that game a little bit later. And then Grand Valley State and Hope. It's not in the MCHC East, but Devin, that is one of the biggest games of the year.
It is, and it's a hockey house game to watch. Look, Saginaw and Michigan going toe-to-toe there, and then Grand Valley and Hope College, two teams that saw themselves play in the Vesna Cup final last year. Grand Valley State would go on to win that game. It would be Hope's only loss for that season and the rest of the year was they would go on to win the national title. Make no mistake about it. After Grand Valley just upset Saginaw Valley on their ice with a 2-0 shutout, they are red hot. And I don't mean that in a punning way. Grand Valley State is a national title contender. They feel like they've been for the last couple of years, and they haven't been able to reach the mountaintop. That game feels like it reached the mountaintop in the MCHC, and they're going to put on a show for the nation that they can go toe-to-toe with the reigning back-to-back national champions.
The Grand Valley, a team that made the national title back in 2019, trying to get back there here this evening. We'll keep an eye on that game as we go forward. Taking a look at these two teams down on the ice, Devin, though, Central Michigan comes in at number 17 in the country, up 7 spots from where they were, 24 in the last ranking. That's partly due to their performance at the Miami Showcase a couple of weeks ago.
Absolutely. They took down number 14 Nebraska and then number 2 Missouri State, who had a lot of movement in the standings. They went from number 2, Missouri State did, to number 10. And that's important because Central moved up from that 24 to 17. They had all the momentum going into that Lawrence Tech series, and then the result that we just talked about, the sweep, 6-3 and then 8-1. So even though it was a good sign of things to come, it was actually the opposite. And look, the point is that in the month of January, it was the first time that they had been outscored in that month all season, Reagan.
Yeah, indeed. Central Michigan had outscored their opponents in every single month up to that point, October through December. However, they could not get it done in January, and especially that series, that 7-goal loss to Lawrence Tech does not help that statistic. Oakland comes into tonight 12-11, number 14 in the country. They are 4-4, deadlocked, as we mentioned, with CMU in the conference, and they're 8-2 in their last 10. They're heating up at the right time, Devin.
They're coming off a sweep against Adrian in which they won 5-3 and Gong Show 9-1.
Ooh.
This Oakland Grizzly team is much different than what we saw last year. They're physical, they're able to man the puck. Their top line is just as good as CMU's with Abo, and then Arbor. They're going to be one of our players to watch here tonight. We'll get to that. But the point is this Oakland Golden Grizzly team is a contender. And I don't just mean in this game. I'm talking about the rest of the MCHC. They've had close contests against the number 6 team, Michigan, Hope College, notably as well Saginaw Valley. This team is no joke, and they've got something to prove, and as they should, a top 15 team in the nation. Yeah,
indeed, and we talked about the series history between these two teams, especially off the top in that open. Oakland, Devin, has dominated this series historically. They're 11-3-0-1 against the Chippewas through the last 10 years. CMU, though, last year was able to get the better of them with a 9-4 win at Detroit Skating Club on Oakland's home ice on their senior night, no less. And Oakland, though, bounced back very well, coming back and tying the Chippewas 3-3 at Martin. That's their last meeting. And for CMU, this is a series that they've been dominated in historically, and do you think that plays into the mindset of the Chippewas on the ice here tonight?
I don't think the players on the ice, as this team has had so much turnover in the last year. We talked about the 9 new skaters for them, but I think it's more the coaching staff. Head coach Brendan Martin knows very well who Oakland is and how they kind of want to play in their system. What he expects from his team in return is to bring the physicality. It's a little bit of a shorter ice here. We'll get to that. About 190 feet or so instead of the 200 we're used to. There's going to be a lot of room to skate, or not, to lack thereof. It's going to force them to bounce each other off the boards and play the puck in tight. And what that means is, like you mentioned, the mindset. Does it include a factor? Remember last year, that 9-4 game, it was close in the beginning. It was Oakland actually getting out to Storm with the lead, and then CMU was able to pull away in the end. And then on home ice, it was a 3-3 tie. This, no matter what the score was last year or how much CMU has improved, this is a clean slate. It's a versus, 14 through 17. You can't look at who the opponent is on either side. It's going to be an absolute battle.
We'll talk about that more as we go on, but taking a look at the lineups for both teams. Ben Rychuk is out for CMU. He is the only regular scratch here tonight, and One thing I want to note about CMU, last time out they were missing Keelan Baker and Jane Nadeau, both very big presence. They're both in the lineup tonight, but they're both a little bit doubtful as to how much they'll get playing time. How do you think that'll affect CMU?
Well, I think what it's going to do is it's going to force Keelan Baker to do what he does best and post up in front of the net. Obviously, if he takes a couple of shots to the body trying to block a shot, it could affect him. But he's still going to be able to screen the eyes of the goaltender. He's still going to force guys out of that blue crease and make stuff happen on the play. And if there's a bang-bang play, a rebound in front, he's at least able to whack away at it, even though he is a little bit dealing with something. And then Jay Nadeau, obviously we saw him go down in that first Lawrence Tech game. Did not play last week. Could he be limited with his effort? Absolutely. But there's one thing for sure is that he can move the puck and he's fast. He will certainly redirect Oakland skaters away from any of the other scorers for them on their line, depending on what Brennan Martin puts out there. So he's going to have a factor of distracting the opposition and at times having to play physical. And hopefully he's able to take it coming back to this lineup.
Indeed, as for the Golden Grizzlies, Luke Auger, Lance Ferentz, Marcus Matty, Jack Zarnik, JPAR, and Blake Schwartz are all out for them. Not a ton of big names, but we'll see how that affects the game heading forward. Taking a look at our players to watch before we get to the coaches. So, Devin, we've got Andrew Porzonik for CMU and Lauren Jones. Tell us more about them.
Andrew Porzonik had a marvelous last series against Oakland last year. I think he had somewhere around 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists. He was a big factor in that series. It's no mistake. We've highlighted it on Inside Chippewa Hockey throughout our past broadcasts, if you've been joining us, that he is the leading scorer on this team. He is the veteran goal-scoring presence they need. And that top line, everyone's benefiting around him. Hayden Flynn, Nathan Bottles, even on the power play, which has needed to get going after they haven't scored in the last 3 contests. Porzonik is going to be our player to watch because it's simple. He's the best player on the ice for CMU. And then the other player to watch will be the goaltender Lauren Jones, getting the start again here tonight. 3 straight games he's had where he's allowed 6 goals in a matchup. He's got to find a way to keep the puck out of the back of the net, and that defense, that back check, has to come in to support him.
Indeed, and as for Oakland, Shane Arbor and Jack Abo, they both have very high scoring totals. Arbor's got 19 points on the year, and Abo has 16 goals, 14 assists for 30 points. He has been one of the biggest leaders for Oakland on the ice. Their leading scorer in all 3 categories. He had a 6-point weekend against Adrian last time out.
This is a very top-heavy Oakland team. Their top line is producing most of the points for them, although you'll see on our score sheet if we talk about it, they've been able to get some more guys with goals against weaker opponents. Michigan Flynn, Adrian. Against good opponents, however, this top line is who they rely on. And it starts with Abo, and it starts with Arbor, and it starts with that top line, whoever else they'll put on there. Maybe Pottinger a little bit out there. The point is they're going to rely on their goal scorers, the pure goal scorers, just like CMU will, and that's why this is such a close matchup. Another point, right? So for Oakland, it's like getting their group going, manning those guys, and the supporting cast coming in to fill in for those guys.
Indeed. Taking a look now to turn to our keys to the game, Devin. What do you got for us here tonight?
My first one was the special teams have to be better. Central went 0 for 9 on the power play last weekend against Lawrence Tech. The week before that, they didn't have a power play goal, obviously, with the 0-0 tie to IUP. That power play has to find a way to score here. Oakland is a team that has struggled when they allow the first power play goal in a game. They've struggled when they allow quick succession goals, which will be our next point. If CMU wants to win this game, they've got to find a way to get a power play goal in this game, and it has to come quickly, which transitions to my next point. As DJ Khaled once said, keep going. If you know, you know. They have to find a way to score quick goals, and what I mean by that is goal succession. We saw against Michigan, University of Michigan, number 6, Hope College, and Saginaw, when those teams would score, it'd be in the first or second period. They'd be quick goals, back to back, within less than a minute of each other. Once CMU gets a goal, they cannot be too high on their saddle. They've got to get another one. They've got to keep going to the net hard, because every single minute of this game will matter. Every single second of the rest of their season matters. And finally, they have to take the physicality. Central flat out got outplayed last week against Lawrence Tech. They weren't taking the body. They weren't playing hard through their checks. They weren't manning up and playing their unit. This is a game they have to prove themselves, and they're going to prove it here in the first 20 minutes. You don't think they're a team that can get going in the first 20 minutes? Well, let's see what they got. Get the man's going, get the first goal, and by golly, hit somebody out there. I'm fired up.
You think all y'all are excited at home? I don't think I've seen Devin this excited in a long time. We've got a good game coming up next, but first, Devin sat down.
Give me some aspirin.
Earlier today, Nate Evans sat down with Coach Brennan Martin. We'll step aside, listen to his conversation. We'll be right back here for a puck drop here from Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. You're watching CMU D3 Club Hockey on CCHN.
starting netminders presented by SeaMitchIceHockey.com for the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. They will turn to their senior on senior night. Domenico Monaco, through 5 games played, has 2 wins, 2 losses, a 4.20 goals against average, and a .753 save percentage. For your Central Michigan Chippewas, they will turn once again to the junior Lauren Jones. Through 15 games this year, he has 8 wins, 6 losses, 1 overtime loss, a 3.99 goals against average, and a .894 save percentage. Reagan.
Thank you, Devin. Central Michigan will go from right to left across your radio dial. Maroon road uniforms with a gold trim, gold numerals, gold helmets, maroon pants, and maroon socks. Oakland will go from left to right in those white home uniforms with black and gold trim, gold numerals on the back, black numerals on the arms. They've got black helmets, black pants, and white socks. We are just about set to go here from Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. Reagan Cleaves alongside Devin Sarah. We're happy to have y'all along here this evening as we are set for this MCHC tilt here in Troy. Campbell to dig in for the draw with Sam Palmeter, and we are underway here at Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. Campbell intercepted that puck at neutral ice and sent it in, and Miller was offside as the puck was launched in, so we'll have a stoppage of play. 7 seconds gone here in the opening period. Campbell again, the rematch with Palmeter across the way. Campbell after the tie-up won it back to Miller. Miller over the line, will backhand it in on Domenico Monaco. The netminder here on senior night for the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. Braden Gill from neutral ice will dump it in. Collecting the puck there is Greets. We'll send it back out to neutral ice, and CMU will have to regroup defensively. Stretch pass on the near side to Siraki, head to Campbell. Will work over the line. Todrak with a shot. He ripped it high. Across the way, Logan Reyes crunched to the boards. Eventually comes free, stolen away by Campbell. He tried to drop pass there to Morgan. Morgan eventually gets it in the corner, back to Campbell at the side of the net. It's tied up there, and Greets will work in to get it, but Campbell stole it away. He tried to feed it out back in front. It came bouncing off the end boards, which are a bit further behind the net than we're normally used to, Devin. At Martin Ice Arena, about 2 to 4 feet longer along the end boards, and that should allow for some decent power play movement, especially if you like using Gretzky's office.
Already almost a minute and a half gone in this first period. All weekend, Central Michigan talked about getting off to a better start. Look out, here comes Oakland the other way.
Here's a 2-on-1. Kochki over the line. His shot was denied by Jones, and the rebound cleared the length of the ice.
All week, they talked about getting a better start. Central has had some awful first periods, especially the last couple of weeks. They went down 1-0 to Nebraska, and then Missouri State had a 3-1 lead over the first period. Then Lawrence Tech had both of the first goals in the hockey games they played. So Central absolutely must find a way to have a better first period in this hockey game.
A stretch pass ahead, tipped into the offensive end by Flynn. He'll chase after it there with Thomas Monty. The penalty minute leader for Oakland will feed it to the near side, and Ruiz will move it out there to Chippa. Across the line, the left side, Kochki just beaten over the line there by Chippa, and we will hold 2 minutes into this one.
Already a little bit of back and forth. You can tell both teams have fresh legs, and they're trying to get it going quickly. Lauren Jones made the first initial save of this hockey game and did a good job deflecting that stick away. It's going to be important to see how much mobility he has, and especially how confident he can get. That's all Brennan Martin talked about, is giving his goaltender confidence, and you must be trying to play him after he's allowed 3 straight games with at least 6 goals.
Nathan Bottles worked the puck free across the way. Hayden Flynn out there at the top line for CMU. Bottles in the corner trying to work it free to Flynn. It came up, and Clements fires a shot wide from the right point. Puck's cleared out to neutral ice. Clements collects at the Buffalo Wild Wings logo, and he'll dump it in. Behind the net, here's Matthew Phaneuf. A touch pass to Schmidt, and up the right wing, here comes Brody Plant. Around the outside, he dumps the puck in. Clements back there to play it for the maroon and gold. 2:45 gone in the opening period. Reagan Cleaves and Devin Sarah alongside you here. We'll have you all the way. Oh, that was almost offside, but the Grizzlies were able to tag up. Phaneuf on the near side, backed it up there for a one-timer there by Pastor. It was denied. A shot from the left circle, and the puck is loose in front of Jones. With pressure there from Phaneuf, Lauren Jones will cover. 16:55 to go.
Yeah, you're going to notice that Brennan Martin is electing to keep the veteran defenseman with the young defenseman. That time it was Brandon Clements and Charlie Hayes. This is something he's talked a lot about, getting the young defenseman some experience playing with a veteran presence. As look out, there's a shot.
Good quick save off the draw on Jack Abel there by Lauren Jones. He made a nice save, gobbling it up into the midsection.
One defensive pair you're going to have to watch tonight is Kyle Chapman and Braden Keel. Those two defensemen have been coming. Kyle Chapman's coming back after missing the entire first semester, and Braden Keel has had a rough last couple of games. The young defenseman is trying to find some pep in his step again.
That took a hop right out in front of Jones, who was eventually worked free. Schmidt up to the left point, slid down there by Greets. Down the wall, Arbor holds behind the net. Will squirt it free to the near side. Abo chases after it. It's rimmed around the boards across the way. Martin and Miller able to team up there for CMU and work the puck free. Keel behind the net. This is a good forecheck here by Oakland, putting some pressure on the Chippewas here early. Siraki through center ice. He's taken down right in front of us here, and Shane Arbor will take the puck and dump it in.
And look at all the bodies hounding to the puck. 1, 2, 3 Oakland forwards getting to the puck before a Central player can even touch it. That's the kind of physical presence that we were talking about, taking the bodies to the game.
One thing we've noticed, Devin, early as McLeod takes that shot from the right point, Oakland taking a lot of point shots here, looking for redirections out in front, trying to confuse Lauren Jones with deflections out in front. Puck behind the net. Here's Metz for Oakland. Still free at the side of the net, and Kilb's able to whack it up to the boards. Camara, his pass was intercepted. Here's Prill. Will clear it up and into the boards. We'll have a stoppage of play with 15:34 to go.
And this is not the kind of game Central wants to get off to the start. Again, being hounded in their own zone, allowing Oakland to have the turnovers and keep stuff at the blue line. And you can tell on that bench there that they're getting some edge work going as they're all standing up on the edges of that board line, just ready to take a shot and get on the ice fast. Central's got to find a way to get out and transition here.
Morgan got decked in the defensive end, and the Chippewas are forced to regroup at neutral ice. Here's Metz over the line, lost the puck to Kyle Chapman.
There's exactly that physical play we just talked about. You're going to see this all night long. Big hits have always been the story of Central Michigan and Oakland University, and that's the first one right there.
Isaac Gibbs stretch pass intercepted here by Prill. Trying to split the defense. He couldn't get past Kyle Chapman, and picking up a loose change, it'll be Isaac Gibbs. Dancing with the puck, he lost it, and Kyle Chapman will dump it in. Monaco has to make his second save of the game. Just over 6 minutes, or just under 6 minutes gone here.
Oh my goodness! Hayden
Flynn skated with his head down through the top of the slot and got decked. Now here come the Grizzlies back the other way, and the nose shot was gloved out of the air by Lauren Jones, but a big clean hit laid in the high slot on Hayden Flynn.
Yeah, I don't know why he's trying to go to the top of the slot area right there. He sees those 3 Oakland forwards. I think he's trying to get bodies to him and kind of distract other forwards coming on the wings, maybe get a drop pass, but he likes to keep it, and Deneau just absolutely teed him up and ran him in through his numbers. Oakland is the more physical team right now, and they just showed it.
Indeed, Oakland has been the physical team throughout the first 5 minutes, but Andrew Porzondik's able to dump it down. Siraki will not be able to beat Konzak to the puck, and we'll have a draw once again back in the Central Michigan end with 5:30 gone. Draw will be to the left of Lauren Jones. Digging in for Oakland, it'll be Chippa to go with Nathan Bottles, the transfer from Arcadia. Chippa won it back. Konzak a shot. He ripped it wide on the rebound. Popped into the slot. Here's a shot by Abo, and it goes wide. Clements moves it to the near side. Andrew Porzondik working there with Charlie Hayes.
Central's got to get their feet moving. They're kind of just standing around waiting for these passes to come, and Oakland is hounding towards them. Here's the top group.
Nathan Bottles bounces the puck and will go to the corner, trying to feed it around behind, but it was poked away from Porzondik there by Koznak. Bottles is pinned behind the boards there by Gertz. But good work by Porzondik to work the puck free, and it comes to the near quarter. Andrew Siraki out there for CMU. On that top line, you wonder if Hayden Flynn's a bit shaken up after that hit.
Well, I think it's more of a move by Brennan Martin. Get the young kid a look. Siraki, we forget, has had a lot of strings of goals. That one saved by Jones in the pad. Oregon, I don't have the stat in front of me, but I think Siraki had a series of games, like a 5 or 6 game point streak, where he had like 8 or 9 goals in that time.
Indeed, and something I've noticed here, Devin, early, Oakland is certainly winning the shot battle here early, but a lot of their shots are harmless from the point. Lauren Jones has been able to see them So I wonder how that's going to affect Jones in the long run.
Well, I think they're just trying to shake him out a bit, get him a little bit tired and winded, force him to have to make the save, and CMU's forwards, arguably enough, are letting him take it. And I think they'll take those kinds of shots all day, but Central's got to get their feet moving because they're kind of just standing around waiting for Oakland to enter the zone, and they got to be the ones to take it to him right now because it's all Golden Grizzly hockey right now with their system.
Chippewas have some offensive zone pressure here, though, if they're able to work the puck free, but instead, the Grizzlies come up with it. Phaneuf up right wing. His pass was intercepted by Kiel. Will clear it across the way. Over the line, here's Morgan, a shot. Deflected up and into the corner off the save by Monaco. Now here it comes Phaneuf, steaming up right wing. Can't split the defense, and the puck will trickle into the far corner. 7:10 gone here in the opening period from Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. This one's sent around to the far side by Owen Gamble. He gives chase, but it's worked up left wing. Here's Pastor over the line. Toe drags and puts the pass into the corner. Camara took Pastor down, drawing some applause from the CMU bench, which is a bit more crowded than usual, as the bench is only about 20, maybe 30 feet long. Here at Troy Sports Center,
Oh, that was a nice pass.
A bit of an Onondaga County War Memorial feel if you're a Griffins fan.
What a nice job there by Connor Morgan to put a little bit of a saucer on that, get it to Siraki in the neutral zone and get some open ice to work with. That's the kind of stuff CMU has done a not so good job about, is keeping the boards one. They haven't been doing a good job keeping their ends, and what I mean by that in front of the bench is when they receive that pass, getting the give and go, getting some sort of look out the neutral zone, and getting a man streaking in. That was a great play by the two young forwards there from Morgan to Siraki.
Chippewas, we have a penalty coming up here on CMU as Oakland controls the puck on the near side. Out come the Golden Grizzlies. Arbor over the line, a 3-on-2. Oh, feet to the back door. Good play by Chapman, and the rebound, score! The Grizzlies, like last year, strike first at the 8:05 mark of the first.
Yeah, and that was just a great pass there through the neutral zone, and then they get it to the right wing, get a shot on that, and that one's past Lauren Jones, and that's going to be one he wants back. He gets beat right there on the glove side to make this one a 1-0 game, and we apologize for the stream here with not so good Wi-Fi from the Troy Sports Center, now named Buffalo Wild Wings Center. Nonetheless, look, the Golden Grizzlies getting what they deserve. They've been the faster team, more physical team. That time they get bodies to kind of take away the vision of Lauren Jones, and it's a 1-0 game just like that.
And I'm wondering why Nathan Bottles has taken a seat in the penalty box, because the delayed penalty, that goal was scored on a delayed penalty, but Nathan Bottles nonetheless has to serve the penalty, so CMU is going to be 5-on-4 here for the next 2 minutes.
And already we talked about them being a little bit shorthanded, taking a bunch of penalties last weekend and then in the first game against Lawrence Tech. And I'm as confused as you are. I really don't have an answer as to why Bottles is sitting. We'll get an answer here from the PA stand.
11:48 to go here in the first period. CMU down 1-0 and now on the penalty kill. Pass up the near boards. They'll storm into the zone. Down right wing, Chippa rims it around the boards. It's worked in, Arbor kept it in left point. He'll slide it down the wall, trying to get it back. They'll be moved down to the left corner. They feed it back in front. Chippa's shot was blocked.
That's a good unselfish play there for Cole.
Now the Grizzlies work it and scores. Shane Arbor, his 8th of the year. Another screen out in front, and Oakland leads quickly 2-0. This one on the power play at 9:14.
Christopher Martin gets a good block in front after the initial shot, and in that time they stick with it, get the puck back in the slot area. It's a tic-tac-toe play to number 5, Shane Arbor, and they get going on that. Now Grizzlies score in quick succession. Exactly what we said the Chippewas must do has gone against them. Quick succession goals has led to the Oakland Golden Grizzlies with a 2-0 lead, and they have all of the pep in their step and momentum in this hockey game.
And you gotta think they're playing for their seniors here on senior night. They do end their season about 2 weeks earlier than Central Michigan. Now look out, they got another chance, and that one was ripped wide there by Farrick.
Lauren Jones is looking shaky right now. He's starting after allowing 6 goals in his last 3 contests, and we mentioned that Brendan Martin was kind of in your decision making. He wants confidence for the goaltender, but how much can you give and take with a goalie that's been struggling?
Gibbs working down the left side. He's bumped off the puck, but he's battling for it there with help from Austin Ritter. It's a 2-on-2 scrum down the left wing corner. 10:37 to go here in period one. 2 quick goals by Oakland, including a power play goal that we're still confused on why there was a power play.
And Reagan, it's still early in this hockey game. We know Central is not a first period team, but they got to have a sense of urgency right here. That's a shot from the point by Austin Ritter. This is their season. They're fighting on the line for it. Yes, they're ranked number 17, one spot out of the top 16 that make nationals, but this Oakland team is now showing them just how good they are. They cannot take this opponent lightly. They got to get on some hustle right here.
Oakland 8-2 in their last 10. Certainly on a hot streak. Central Michigan only 5 wins in their last 10. So 2 different stories. Oh, looked out, flubbing a pass at neutral ice was Kyle Chapman over the line. Here's Ruiz. Oh, backhand that into the slot. It was knocked away, but Chippa pursues. He worked it free. Another pass out in front. It's loose in front of Jones, and the net comes off its moorings as Lauren Jones came across, and my guess is CMU will not be able to change here.
And you know, Reagan, honestly, I'm seeing a bunch of puck watching from these CMU forwards. They're scared about the outlook stretch pass in front, and they're missing forwards on the opposite side. They've got to start picking up their men better in front and finding their system, because right now everything's going against them, and you cannot find yourself in a 3-0 deficit this early.
Grizzlies once again off the draw, applying some pressure here on the maroon and gold. Again, the Chippewas cannot clear. AR kept it in. Look out, loose puck in front of Jones, but the Chippewas clear it, but they do not, once again, retain possession. Kyle Chapman plays catch with Sam Camara back on the defensive end. CMU right to left across your radio dial. Look out, they got a 2-on-2 if they hurry. Campbell over the line, a wrist shot. He snapped that one just wide. Oh, good keeping by Andrew Siraki. Fed it out in backhanded it down into the slot. Campbell couldn't keep a handle on it. Now Flynn went for the check and missed on Ruiz and right in front of us. And Campbell tied up his man at neutral ice.
And we've seen Campbell with a lot of ice time right now. Look, Reagan, I know you've mentioned it in the past that he wants the puck on his stick and he wants to skate with it. But they've got to work as a unit right now. It can't be selfish. It can't be 1-on-5 in this play. They've got to start getting a system going and get some clean passes.
Now puck free once again at the side of the goal. And look out, Central Michigan's got numbers, but
they got
Oakland
hustle.
Golden Grizzlies doing some good back check to get back on the defensive end of things. Puck's chipped up to the near side. Jeffrey Schmidt up right wing. Moved it ahead. Here's Plant over the line. He'll cut into the slide of the left circle. A shot. Oh, and Jones didn't know where that was. Good awareness there by Martin to clear that puck away. Now it's into the slot. Dipsy doodling there with a backhand shot was Duncan McLeod, and we'll hold on for a whistle.
And Reagan, I don't think Lauren Jones is liking himself right now. He's not really had a lot of these pucks on the first initial save. He's kind of had to dive out for him, get a second and third look at the puck. And look, the defenseman can only help you so much. He's got to find a way to get into a groove here. And I'll be honest as I am, this defensive group's got to help them out a little bit. They're doing a lot of puck watching, and they're kind of just standing still like traffic cones.
Nathan Bottles wins the defensive zone draw for Central Michigan, and they'll look to break out. A pass ahead, here's Bottles. He's got Morgan down on right wing. Bottles, his shot was patted away by the right pad of Monaco. Here's Keel, he kept it in left point, his shot. Good awareness there by Peck to lift up his stick and not tip it in front of his goaltender. Now Bottles in with a shot, he ripped it high. Once again, the puck's behind the net. Connor Morgan collapses, and he didn't have any help, and the Golden Grizzlies look to break out. Good play by Kilb to delay his man, and poor Zondik takes his man to the board.
If CMU's going to play high, they're going to have to pass the puck back to the blue line and get a straight look in the slot area. They're kind of in a shoot-first mentality right now, but we know that they haven't been shooting the puck very well as it is. If they're going to shoot it, they got to get it on net.
And they do right there, but Isaac Gibbs holds on. 7:40 to go here in period one.
Fans, don't forget that the CMU Club Hockey Network YouTube channel is your one-stop shop for highlights, exclusive interviews, and full game broadcasts of CMU men's D3 and women's D2 hockey. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so as to never miss a moment of Chippewa hockey. Just go to YouTube and search CMU Club Hockey Network to find the channel. CCHN, your home for Chippewa hockey.
A 2-goal game here in the early goings. Oakland up on home ice in senior night, 2-0 here on Central Michigan. Reagan Cleves, Devin Sarah on the call for you here from Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. Now the
look out.
Grizzlies work in, and a shot snapped high there by Geertz.
Boy, was that ever a lucky bounce, and got to Geertz, luckily.
And he had Jones beat over the glove, but he ripped it high. Austin Ritter down into the corner, lost the puck there on the back check to Luke Pastor.
Reagan, you're saying the same thing I am, right? Oakland just so much faster to the puck. Look at the way they can break out easily.
This has been a struggle for Central Michigan all season, getting a solid first period start. Their second period has been their best all season. Now another giveaway in the defensive end. Kept at the left point, stepping into where his shot there was Monty. It was blocked. He gets it right back in the left circle, and he ripped it high. Up at the right point, McLeod lost control of the puck, and Andrew Siraki turns on the Jets to the outside. He is battling for it there with McLeod, but the Oakland Golden Grizzly was able to work it free. Puck popped up into the air, batted at by Owen Campbell.
Move their feet here. They're going to look out. Oh, this is what they mean, right? Now they got a guy streaking in.
Here's a shot glove down by Oren Jones,
and right
but it
there,
popped out of his glove, and he'll hold on to
Reagan,
the
if you do not win that, sorry.
No, you're good.
You know I'm at I need my aspirin, dang it. Look, here's the thing. In front of this Oakland bench, they've got 4 CMU defenders, I call them defenders, trying to get the puck away. Problem is, if you don't win that battle, it exposes an open forward on the wing to streak in and get a nice shot like that. And with a goaltender that has looked less than confident, that's exactly what Oakland wants to start their game and get some quick goals.
We got a penalty coming up here on Oakland. I believe it'll be a cross-check here on Richie Metz. So a Central Michigan power play that has not scored in 3 will get their opportunity here at the 14:03 mark of the first.
Yeah, Reagan, we talked about in the pregame show how they went 0 for 9 on the power play last weekend against Lawrence Tech. Simply not good enough. 0 for 7 in the second game. They have to find a way to get this unit going. They're going to get their top guys that they want. Andrew Porzonic, Nathan Bottles, and Hayden Flynn, who have accounted for 8 goals, 9 assists, and 16 points in their last couple of games.
This Central Michigan power play on the road this season is 9 for 40, a good 22%, which is good, but hasn't been good enough as of late. To the near side, Hayes at the left point. His shot was ripped wide off the stick there of Monaco. Kept into the right point here by Camara. He'll step into the shot, and Monaco able to hold on the second attempt. He bobbled it, but he holds on. 5:35 to go in the first.
And one thing I love to see them do is when they get this puck, kick it to the blue line and get it out to Charlie Hayes. We know that Hayes has been used to playing with Christopher Martin up top there, and they've had great puck movement. This time they like to go with Sam Camara, who is more of a shoot-first kind of defenseman.
Here's Charlie Hayes. He's got it in the slot. He'll step into the shot. And Monaco gobbles it up, and Morgan takes a shot there from Brody Platt, but nothing will come of that. We'll have once again a draw to the left of Monaco.
I think that's a confident save for the senior. You know, we've said this year that looking at his save percentage, he hasn't been the best goaltender in net for them. But if you start giving him confidence like here, an easy save like that, he's going to keep it going. I think Central's got to look for the second and third look right there.
I mean, that 753 save percentage may not look too pretty, but he's only played in 5 games, one of which was a no decision. Here's a save and the rebound at the side of the net. Collected on the far side by Nathan Models. He'll walk up to the top of the right circle, gallivant to the slot. He'll work around to the near side. He'll down into the corner, circling the zone here. Gustav Nyquist style. He'll drop it off to Porzonic. Porzonic's pass through the slot, intercepted, and the Golden Grizzlies are able to get it out past Sam Camara, and it's an Oakland Grizzly fire drill to get a line change.
Yeah, that time I think Camara tried to kind of compensate and get down low to get to that bounce, and it forced them to have to go back to the blue line quickly.
55 to go on the power play. Here's Bottles, top of the circle. He'll give it across to Camara on the near side. Hayes at the left point. He'll work it up to Camara. A shot through traffic, and Monaco, though, I think saw that one all the way through, and another shot that's right into the gut of Monaco. If you're Central Michigan, you got to stop. I mean, you get shots on goal, do not get me wrong. You never know what'll happen, but at the same time, you want to make life hard for Monaco.
When you're a team that's struggling to score like they have, Reagan, you want to create chaos in front and look for a rebound in front. But the problem is when a goaltender's good enough to not allow a rebound, you can't do that. That's kind of the style they're playing right now.
Connor Morgan working over the line after a couple of dipsy doodles. He'll drop it off to Gibbs, and a shot through traffic is again corralled easily.
And you notice CMU's got forwards on both sides of the crease waiting for Monaco to slip up and bang that one home. Monaco's been great though. He's not letting up the second, third look, and he's been able to make that initial save. That's the difference right now. 30 seconds in left in the power play.
27 to go in the power play, and CMU will be unable to win that draw, and they'll have to go chasing back into their own end. They move right to left here with 4:14 to go. Stay with us for the first intermission report, pardon. Devin will have that for you. The look at the collegiate out-of-town scoreboard. That's coming up at the first intermission report. There we go. I got it right the second time. Gibbs up the left point. Will corral the pass from Siraki. Across to the far side. Here's Martin with a shot. It trickled through, and CMU is going to be forced to chase back. And out of the box, here's Metz. Will pick up the loose puck in the right wing corner. A miscommunication by Central Michigan leads to some offensive zone time here for the Grizzlies. Puck is free across the way. It's a battle for it. Metz going at it with Martin and Gibbs. Puck is worked free. Gibbs and again on a miscommunication. Chippewas don't get to it. He'll drop it off. His shot goes wide. 3:29 to go in the period. Gibbs worked it up, but he couldn't get it out. A shot from the left point, rims around to the near side, and Konzak beats his man to it. But good work here by Owen Campbell, and he'll try to get the CME rush started, but his rush mate Connor Morgan decided to go off for a change, and he looked dead tired as he did so.
They got to settle this puck down. They've got the top group back out there. They've got to get the system going right here. They're all fresh.
Here's the top line out there. Hayden Flynn dumps it around the boards. Ruiz chases after it. Camara couldn't maintain the zone, but look out. Here's Porzanic, the slot. He tried to find Bottles' back door, but it handcuffed him. Bottles picks up the loose change at the half boards across the way. He'll feed it into the slot. Flynn battling for it there. It's scooped up by Porzanic. He'll work it up high slot shot, and he's got plenty of time, and he ripped it, but it was blocked. Oakland might have numbers back the other way, but it was kicked away. Here's Porzanic into the slot, a shot, saving the rebound. Liz loose out in front, and Brendan Deno picks it up. And he'll flip it in on Lauren Jones. You will gobble it up shortstop style and hold on with 2:20 to go.
Best sequence of the hockey game so far for Central Michigan. They're doing a good job keeping the blue line right there, notably from Camara, and then they're kicking it out Porzanic. And guess what? He had a good opportunity right there in the slot. Had he been able to settle that puck down, he could have got it to Bottles for that one-timer short side of the net. Just couldn't find the puck, but that was great work by Central. What a way to get your team in a system.
And I don't think it's any fault of Andrew Porzanic. It was a good pass. Oh, and a good save there by
It was
Lauren
a great
Jones.
pass.
But it was good defense on the back door by Oakland to tie up Nathan Bottles for what would have been an easy tap-in goal. Austin Ritter through center ice, pitchforks it into the offensive end. Connor Morgan in there to pick it up. He works it up to Hayes, left point, a shot deflected, score! Isaac Gibbs is back on the score sheet. He gets the Chippewas' first goal, 1:58 to go, and Gibbs, that's his second goal since returning.
Central gets this puck on the net, and it's kind of a flipper. You don't really know which direction it's going to go, and Isaac Gibbs is there to finish the job. We've been waiting for the sophomore to come back and play like he used to. Before that Saginaw game, when he got injured, he was playing lights out. One of the top scorers, long day, Andrew Porzanic, and right there, banging away hard at it, doing the good work in front, and the good puck lords bless him right there, getting Central back within one goal with 1:54 left to go in the first.
Good play by Central Michigan and Isaac Gibbs, hand-eye coordination. And the physics of hockey, that one took a wonky bounce out in front of Monaco. And
sometimes you got to be lucky to be good and good to be lucky.
Cliche too often used. And look out, a scrum across the way. Siraki's getting into it with Thomas Monti.
Well, they got to be careful.
Now look out,
right
a 3-on-2. Here's Ruiz down the right side. His pass was blocked, but the Grizzlies still have it. Pass was intercepted, and here's Braden Gilb over the line right wing.
Got to go quickly.
He'll pull up. He's taken the boards. 1:16 to go. A pass by Gilb worked its way out to neutral ice, but Owen Campbell takes it. A shot over the line, and it deflected up to the high glass across the way. Grizzlies misplayed it. Cross ice feed intended for Schmidt, intercepted off the wall by Chapman, and good work to reverse field and send it back in.
He almost gave a breakaway chance there for Schmidt, and good thing he stopped on a dime to reach behind his shoulder and get that puck cleared away.
Veteran defenseman for CMU, Matt playing his 6th game of the campaign. Look out, Porzondik works behind the defense. He's into the left circle, a shot, and it's gobbled up there by Monaco. But Central Michigan, they seem to be working and getting warmed up here in the final 5 minutes.
Guy, they make it difficult, don't they? Once they get going, though, they can get stuff in front. Look at the stick work by Andrew Porzondik. Makes one man miss, then another. He gets the net, a good shot on net. I love what Andrew Porzondik's doing. He's got to keep this up. If they're going to win this hockey game, he's got to be involved.
30 seconds to go here in the first period. CMU down 1 goal after Isaac Gibbs got his second since returning from injury, and second of the semester, coincidentally. A shot was blocked there by Fanoff, but it's a hand pass against the Golden Grizzlies. We'll have a draw back to the right of Domenico Monaco.
So they'll have about 20 seconds to work with or so, Reagan, in this period. Look, quick face-off draw. I would expect a set play right here, as they've got the most recent goal scorer, Isaac Gibbs, out there with Morgan, and then Austin Ritter.
Isaac Gibbs able to win the draw with help from Austin Ritter. Up the left point, Hayes. He's out there defensively for CMU.
They got 10
slides
seconds.
that one wide. 10 seconds to go. Oakland may have an opportunity, but they will just play catch in their own end with 5 seconds to go. Schmitz after it. He moves it down low to Pastor behind the net. He's being harassed by Isaac Gibbs, but the whistle is blown, and the buzzer sounds to signify the end of 20 minutes. We'll step aside. Devin Serra will have the first intermission report for you here on CCHN. 2-1 the score after 20 minutes. Stay with us here on CCHN.
And we're back here at the Buffalo Wild Wings Center. After the score sees Oakland University getting out to the lead 2-1 after 2 quick goals in succession, coming at 8:05 and 8:52 of that first period after it was Nathan Petersmark scoring, dang it, Reagan, I got all messed up. Thomas Monty scoring the first goal, and then Shane Arbor getting on the board, assist from Paul Meter and Arbor, and then Deneau. And then Central would answer late in that first period at 18:02 from Isaac Gibbs and Charlie Hayes. And what's most notable from that period was the penalty assessed to Nathan Bottles. Now, it was a holding penalty, and it came at the beginning of that goal from Deneau. And then from there on, it was Oakland getting a 6-on-5. Now, they scored the goal after, but Nathan Bottles would stay in the box, which would allow Oakland to get to a power play where they would score less than a minute into that. So that power play gives them the man advantage, which they capitalize on and get 2 quick goals in succession. Sorry, Reagan, I'm a little bit thirsty right now. I was amped up in that first period, if you couldn't tell. But look, the stat sheet shows right now a 2-1 lead for Oakland. And look, folks, it's simple. They just simply have been playing faster, more up-tempo, a lot more physical than the Chippewas, and they really were dominating the play. And a lot of that is due to just the hustle by this Oakland University team, which you got to respect. This team at number 14 in the country knows that they can compete with the best of the best just by the way they hustle to the play, the way they outskate Central Michigan. CMU doing a lot of puck watching in their own end and just allowing a Lauren Jones to take some tough shots. Lauren's got to settle down in this game. He's allowed 2 goals in this where it's kind of ones he wish he had back. And if you're on CMU side, you've got to get that special teams going. Now, obviously, we talked about in the break the out-of-town scoreboards, the game of the week, the Hockey House game of the week. Saginaw Valley State against U of M Flint, the final in that one. Reagan, is this a 2 or a 7? It's a 7-3 final in favor of the Wolverines. Thanks for the assists here. Look, we're all over the place. We got to get back on the ice soon here in less than 3 minutes. But Michigan, 7-3 over Saginaw Valley State. Number 6 takes down number 5. That is going to be massive. U of M Flint, or Michigan coming off big wins over Notre Dame, 9-0 and 4-2. And now they assert their dominance over Saginaw Valley in the MCHC, still in a tight race for the number 1, 2, and 3 seeds. We're now in this game. Both Oakland and Central are fighting for the 4 and 5 seeds. This game could be a preview of what's to come in the first round of the MCHC East playoffs. But without me monologuing here, our score is 2-1 in favor of Oakland University. 1-for-1 tonight on the power play. Central is 0-for-1. That'll do it for this intermission report. We'll be right back here with second period action here from Buffalo Wild Wings Center. Stay with us. You're watching Central Michigan Hockey here on CCHN.
And we're back here inside Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. Reagan Cleaves and Devin Sarah with you here for period number 2. And Devin, Central Michigan, when trailing after one, is 4-4-1. However, their second period is their best in terms of goal differential. They have outscored their opponents 42-26 in the second period this entire season. A plus 16 goal differential, and they hope that helps them here in period number 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, Reagan, it means one thing, is that this is Central's time to shine. Look, it's put up or shut up time right now. This is an important game. We can't stress that enough. 17 Central Michigan against 14 Oakland. If CMU's going to show why they're the better team and why they deserve to be higher ranked than they are, they got to prove it in this period. Lauren Jones, first of all, in net has to settle down. He's looked very shaky, allowing a lot of rebound chances in front, allowing Oakland defenders to get in front. And his defensive group has to hustle to the puck better. Notably, Oakland out physicality Central in that period. I think CMU's got to take the body. They got to continue the momentum they gained late in that first period, in which they were on the power play and then 5-on-5. They got to keep shooting the puck on Monaco. It seems like when they get him moving outside of his crease, get him from left to right, the puck can go in the back of the net, and they get a lucky bounce. A clear light by Isaac Gibbs. The point is here, they have to hustle, Reagan. You got a great stat about the second period, how they've outshot opponents or outscored opponents.
Yeah, indeed. A plus 16 goals against their goal differential for CMU in the second period of play. We'll see how they fare here this evening. Just at the top of the 9 o'clock hour here in Troy, we're set for period 2. Owen Campbell to dig in for the draw. And we're underway here for period number 2. CMU left to right in this middle period. Gold numerals along with a maroon jersey. Gold helmets, maroon pants, and maroon socks, while Oakland's got the white jerseys with black and gold trim, including a nice black stripe across the middle. The lead-off side allows Central Michigan to regroup here on the defensive end, but that outlet pass took a hop off of his skate, and CMU once again has to regroup. Andrew Miller, though, found Siraki in the back-handed pass, but they turned it over right once more. Here's Andrew Miller over the line, right wing. He had this puck hop over his stick, and Geertz allows the turnover for Oakland. Here comes Albo over the line, got around his man, trying to go to the backhand. He does, he feeds it out in front. Nobody home there, though, for the Golden Grizzlies. Here's Arbor, backs it down the wall. He's got 2 points tonight. Up the wing, here's Monty on the left point. His shot goes well wide. The rebound hopped off of Jones, and it's still loosed behind the net. CMU, though, is able to get it once again. Braden Kilb across the way, trying to get it out, but the Grizzlies are able to keep it in. They try to fight Owen Campbell. That doesn't work. And look out, Oakland may have a 5-on-3 here if they chose to utilize their numerical advantage. But instead, they just dumped it in. Look out, they got a man in the left circle. A shot off the side of the net. Oh, a good opportunity there for Evan Shaw.
Oh, my, Connor Morgan just got stepped into there by Thomas Monty. Holy moly.
My goodness, you startled me there, Devin. Hope he didn't startle all you folks at home. Now stepping over the line, here's Chippa's shot. Gobbled up by Lauren Jones, but again, that's another shot where he should just easily corral it, but it ends up hopping out in front of him, and he has to corral the rebound.
Look, I love Jonesy as much as the next guy. I really do. This guy has to find a way to gobble these pucks up quicker, because if you allow Oakland that time and space to get to the net, like CMU's defenders have, they're going to find a way to poke the puck loose and get a quick, easy goal just because he can't settle it down on the initial save.
CMU looking to break out of the defensive end, and they do. Austin Ritter, though, will lose the race to the puck with Brody Plant. They backed it up the wall. Look out, the Golden Grizzlies back right to left here. White jerseys, black and gold trim. Over the line, a shot and a good confident blocker save there by Lauren Jones to punch it to the point. The Grizzlies have it behind the net. Fanuff got crunched by Isaac Gibbs across the way. Now, Fanuff almost was able to get to that pass on the back door and a gaping net in front of him. Behind the net, Schmidt trying to back it up to the point. Oh, and he gets run over there by Camara.
Look out, we got a lot of bodies this side.
Here's Fanuff. His shot was blocked. CMU. Oh, Connor Morgan miscued with Kyle Chapman, and CMU still has possession, but they're forced to regroup. Oh, that was a good keep. Look out, 3-on-1 for Oakland. A shot and Jones deep in his crease, able to squeeze the right glove, or able to squeeze the right arm to his body, but CMU, a miscommunication and a good keep there by Metz at the left point.
Yeah,
Not
that's
something
really,
you want to see.
That's tunnel vision right there from a young defenseman, just trying to get it up the blue line, make the straight pass, and Oakland saw it the whole way, intercepting that, getting a nice shot on the net. This is kind of paramount of what their early first period was. A lot of puck watching, a lot of tunnel vision. Central's got to have some IQ awareness here on the ice because these Oakland forwards are coming at you from every single angle to take the puck away.
Ray worked it away from Bottles and stepping over the line with a shot. He ripped it high. Now Metz showing chase. Beats Flynn to the puck, and a whiffed on pass by Ruiz is returned. Here comes Ryan Kotke up the wing, and icing will be the call here.
That was a lucky icing. I don't think Kotke realized he didn't gain the red line there and dumped that puck in so swiftly. And nonetheless, an important face-off draw coming up here. Look, if they can get a set play going here, once again the top line out, Hayden Flynn, Nathan Bottles, Andrew Porzonik, they had a dangerous look late in that first period, Reagan. Let's see what kind of play they draw up here.
And again, folks, we're coming to you live from Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. We apologize for any breakups we've got on our end. We're dealing with some shaky Wi-Fi. We'll try to get that worked out as we go along here, but in the meantime, if it doesn't happen, we'll get a full game broadcast uploaded without interruption once we hit post game. Here's Andrew Porzonik dumping the puck in on the left wing. Oakland, though, there to get it. Not many scoring opportunities for either teams here in this.
Oh, they got to hustle.
Here's Deneau over the line, a shot. Patted away by Lauren Jones, and now look out, Owen Campbell
way out of his
after
net.
the puck.
Holy moly, Monaco.
I understand why he does that. He easily beat Campbell to the puck, and he was able to create an opportunity for Oakland, but a fan pass. Look out behind the defense. Here's Deneau. He's working it on Jones. A shot. He scores. Lauren Jones was off his angle. Deneau's got his third of the year, and it's 3-1 Oakland.
Deneau just with the speed through center ice. A good give and go pass there from one of his forwards. I believe it came from Paul Meter, who whacked his stick on the ice. I don't know if that deflected away some players getting back, but he got in with speed past the slow CMU defense. And Lauren Jones, who struggled a little bit throughout the first part of this hockey game, gets just beat off his ankle, as Reagan mentioned, and it's a 3-1 game, back to a 2-goal deficit for the Chips.
Deneau getting his second point of the game. 4:25 makes it 3-1 Oakland. CMU trying to get one back. Here's Braden Gilbin to the end.
Now they cannot allow a quick goal in succession. This is kind of Oakland's style. Once they get one, they keep going, as I so aforementioned in the key to the hockey game. And that's a good hit there from Christopher Martin to stand up his man at the blue line.
But it's a penalty. It's going to be interference on Martin. And it's textbook interference. The dude had let the puck go by, and it's a bit of a soft call if you're a Central Michigan fan, but it's by the book. Martin to the box. 4:53 gone here in the second.
4-on-5 again now. As I just mentioned, Oakland's going to get a chance for a set play here. If they can win this draw, they're going to get Lauren Jones moving. And if he allows one more in this hockey game, I can see Elijah Jones hastily with his helmet off. I wouldn't expect a goaltending change this early, but, man, he's got to get settled down here.
Up at the left point. Oakland on the power play. They're 1-for-1 tonight. Up at the left point, Abo works to the slot, slides it to Arbor, a shot, they score! It goes right through the 5-hole of Lauren Jones, and 2 power play goals have Oakland up 4-1, just 13 seconds into the Martin penalty.
Yeah, and that's just a shot on that, deflected off a skate and through the 5-hole of Lauren Jones. Not really much you can do about that one, but it goes in there, and boy, now, like I just mentioned, set play, off the face-off draw, get a shot on that, get a lucky bounce, and this one's a 4-1 hockey game. Man, I don't know what you can do more if you're Brendan Martin there. Lauren Jones will stay in the net. He hasn't motioned anything. You know, he talked a lot about confidence before the hockey game, and I don't even know if that's Lauren Jones' fault. I just think there's so much chaos in front, and a lucky bounce is in the back of the net.
CMU hasn't been able to get to rebounds all night. They've struggled, and Oakland on senior night has opened a 3-goal lead against Central Michigan. And now Kyle Chapman getting into it there with Evan Chippa, and he got his stick torn away from him, and somehow that's not a holding penalty. Ruiz worked it free to Chippa behind the net, trying to feed a man out in front. It was knocked away and cut off there by Isaac Gibbs, but it's played up and out of play. 14:22 to go here.
And Reagan, that means tonight Oakland is now 2 for 2 on the power play with that one. And you know, for your Central right here, look, 4-1. I don't care what the score is. They got to find a way to get back in this hockey game. Their season is on the line with this one. Forget the MCHC tournament. Forget seeding. This might be the team you have to play. They've got to find a way to win this hockey game. They got to get quick goals in succession here. Look, skate hard, skate fast. As I mentioned, they're not taking the physicality to them right now. It's the opposite.
Oh, Chippewa somehow onside rather, as it looked like Campbell had beaten his man into the zone, but CMU catches a break, and now they pursue. Over the line, Ruiz dumps it in. The Chippewas taking a lackadaisical pace to that puck. They're beaten to it there by Ryan Kotchke. And a loose puck out in front off this shot. Here's Ruiz sending it down low, and Jones making a save, a necessary save there on Jeffrey Schmidt. That would have opened this game to a 4-goal deficit for CMU. What a good save there by Lauren Jones. And we talked about, Devin, CMU having their second period being their best all season. They enter the period on a +16. They're now down to a +14 in a matter of 7 minutes.
I just don't see him moving their feet enough. I'll be honest, Charlie Hayes is trying to clear the zone right there, and he can't do it. It's off the boards, and it allows an Oakland player who's moving their legs to get it going.
Here's Schmidt. He takes the pass, trying to feed it back out in front. Good job to get into the passing lanes there by Braden Kilb. Here's a shot there by Pastor, goes high. Porzondik picks up the loose change. Aiden Flynn to pick up the loose puck. He'll try a long stretch pass, deflected by Andrew Porzondik into the zone. Good work by him. He got it free to Bottles, who could not pull the trigger. Christopher Martin on the near side. Bumped up against the boards. Out come the Golden Grizzlies. Schmidt got the pass from Funoff. He's over the line right side. Down around behind the net. He's hounded there by Braden Kilby. Takes him down. Nathan Bottles pursuing the loose puck in the corner. Crunch to the boards there by Brendan Deneau. Across the way, Porzondik feeding the pass off the boards and out to neutral ice. The Golden Grizzlies over the line. And we'll have a draw outside as he couldn't get out of the zone.
So now with 12:21 left to go in this hockey game, if you haven't joined us, Oakland able to get another power play goal. After it was a 2-1 game over the break, they get 3-1 and then 4-1 after that. And Reagan, I just, as a play-by-play, look, you got to just observe what you see right now. I think we're beating a dead horse here saying that Oakland's just the better team outright in every category.
And Connor Morgan and Thomas Monty are both going to head to the box with some words exchanged and some sticks placed up high. So they will be sent off, and we're either 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 here with those coincidental minors.
Well, never mind. Look, the point is, yeah, now 4-on-4, some open ice to work with. Let's see what personnel they're going to get out here. Isaac Gibbs, Owen Campbell. These two sophomores were leading scorers on the Chippewas last season. If you want this team to get back in this hockey game, they got to prove it right here with this line. Kyle Chapman, Camara at the blue line. Oakland right now with all the momentum, all of the pace. And I really want to see them challenge themselves here to get something going here with some open ice. If Owen Campbell and Isaac Gibbs are the good players that we so aforementioned praise them to be and think they are, they got to play like it right here.
Bouncing puck in the slot. Central Michigan is able to work the puck free. We're 4-on-4 for another 151. Here's Owen Campbell. Up left wing to Isaac Gibbs across the line. He tried to find Campbell, couldn't connect. And a good play by Kyle Chapman to step down from the point and work it free. 1:36 to go.
Oh, good keep there by Owen Campbell.
Here's Owen Campbell trying to backhand it out in front. It was cut off. He still has the puck behind the net. Good one-man effort. A shot by Isaac Gibbs was denied at the far side of the net. Chippewas unable to gain control. 1:19 to go in the 4-on-4. Up left wing, here's McLeod. Fades it across to Deneau. Deneau got it back to McLeod. McLeod falling down, was able to get a shot off, and the Chippewas clear the rebound.
I love the hustle there from Owen Campbell. You know, we talk so much about how he loves to have the puck on his stick. Well, right there, great job back checking, sticking with the puck right there. That's the kind of play he's got to get from the rest of this line if they want to have a chance of getting back in this hockey game.
Good job by Nathan Bottles to cut that pass off. Here's Kyle Chapman up left wing. Pickpocketed from behind, but he gets the puck back, a shot. Saved by Minocqua, and the rebound thrown out in front. Kamara across to Porzondik at the left point. His shot was blocked by his opposite number, Arbor. Porzondik gets it back, a wrist shot, and it's gobbled up there by Monaco. 32 seconds to go in the 4-on-4.
I'm going to give a lot of praise here to Sam Kamara. Doing a great job with the blue line, dishing it out, looking for his options with the goal scorers. The broadcast of today's game is a copyrighted presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association, the CB Club Hockey Network, and Moore Hall Television. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the ACHA, CCHN, and MHTV.
Way down back in the Central Michigan end to our left. They have a 3-goal deficit right now to the number 14 team in the nation, the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. But they look to change that with a 3-on-2. Porzondik, his pass shot hybrid, made its way out in front, and it's snagged out of the air by Monaco, who has had a really comfortable night in net, Devin. I'll say it, it's been too comfortable for the senior netminder.
Well, that's because CMU's taking a lot of low-quality shots. I think you've seen a lot of these from sharp angles, a lot of them just straight when they get the puck, and I like the shoot-first mentality for that reason. But they've got second, third, fourth looks to pass this cross crease and get a backdoor chance, because that's what they really have to do. And if they let Monaco just stand there and make an easy save, then boy, he's going to be looking confident all night.
Paul Meter, the Oakland captain, over the line left side, got bumped up against the board, and Ruiz goes in after it. Charlie Hayes had a pass, handcuff him, and here's a shot there by Pastor, and the rebound banked off of Jones's left pad, and in Logan Ray, his 5th of the year. It's 5-1 Oakland.
And that one, just a sharp angle that Ray's able to capitalize on off the pad of Jones, and there's going to be a conversation had behind the net. We're looking at Elijah Jones sitting in that penalty box still. Porzondik's frustrated, talking to his men here. They're down by 4 goals here and just flat out being outplayed. They've been a little bit better in the third and last 3 or 4 minutes, and you can see the frustration starting to mount for this CMU group, and boy, I don't blame them. I mean, it just hasn't been good for them at all tonight.
Looked like Joel Drucker had gone to grab his stick on the CMU bench, and now Lauren Jones is down and out, and somehow that puck was kept out. And looked like Brennan Martin might have been going to make the goaltending change.
And it looks like he's talking to Joel Drucker with his gear on. You know, you might see some action here from this goaltender. We haven't seen his name since that Lake Superior State Series, Reagan. And you thought for a while, was it going to be Lauren Jones? Was it going to be Elijah Jones?
Was it going to be Joel Drucker? Yeah.
The outlier.
But he's got his stick, and he's right on the boards on the CMU bench. We'll see what happens, and that's just a play that Lauren Jones wants to have back. I know that being a goaltender, that's a shot that doesn't beat you if you're off your angle. That puck goes up and out of play, and here comes Joel Drucker.
So we're going to get a goaltending change. Wow.
31 minutes have been played by Lauren Jones. He's allowed 5 goals. So Drucker comes in for CMU. He's played 1 game, and it was that 13-2 win against Lake Superior State, and a great hustle there by Oakland. Now they work it out in front. Drucker has to funnel that into the corner. He's got 2 goals against average, and he saved 93% of his shots in that game. his third appearance all time in a CMU Division III uniform. He spent time with the Division II team in his freshman year before joining the D3 team. Here's Hayden Flynn, the right wing corner, up to the right point, Camara. His shot deflected multiple times and it bounced over the stick of Andrew Porzondik. He chases it into the corner. Here's a shot from the left point by Chapman. It was blocked. And the Grizzlies are able to pitchfork it down the ice. This should go far enough for icing, and it will, as CMU will be able to get fresh legs. 7:59 to go in period 2.
And Joel Drucker, the junior from Plymouth, Michigan. You know, we talked so much, Reagan, and Inside Chippewa Hockey, our pregame, postgame show is about Elijah Jones. Would he be in the nets? Would he be seen? I really don't understand Brendan Martin's kind of thought process this late. You know, he told me before this hockey game that he wishes he would have pulled Lauren Jones sooner in that Lawrence Tech 8-1 route. And as a whistle there from Joel. And look, I'm not saying that we haven't given Drucker enough credit, because I'll be honest, I don't think we have. But he's got a time now to prove himself, make a case to save this hockey game for CMU, because it's a 4-goal deficit, but they've really got to have a test of character here. How badly do you want it? How badly do you want to make this national tournament? Because right now they got to dig in deep in front of a goaltender that hasn't seen a lot of action and play their best hockey of the year for the next 28 minutes.
Indeed. 7:44 to go. Look out, a pass across and ripping it high. There was Metz from the left wing circle. He was wide open and he pulled the trigger and it went about 10 feet high. Play it around to the near side. Andrew Miller picks up the puck. Backhanded ahead to Andrew Siraki. It skipped over his stick. He gives chase though on Pastor, who moves it to the near side. Metz a pass ahead over the line. Prill was bumped off the puck. And Braden Keel will put on the brakes on the near side before feathering it up ahead to Siraki. Look out, a pass. It catches Deneau over the line after it took a hop off of a maroon and gold player. Now here's Andrew Siraki up left wing. Across the line, he's got Campbell to the front of the net. Campbell gives chase on the loose puck behind the net. It comes to the near side. Now Campbell took it down from in front, and he's lucky he didn't get called for closing a hand on the puck. Connor Morgan doing a good job to keep that puck into the right point. A battle for it as Clements getting into it with Metz on the near side. They let them both go. Connor Morgan had that puck hop off his skate and he hops past his man, but he couldn't control the puck. Stretch pass through center for the Grizzlies over the line. Abo into the left wing circle, pulls up the half wall across. Oh, how is that not too many men on the ice? And about 15 guys in front of the Oakland Golden Grizzly bench. One of them touched the puck. I'm not sure how that isn't too many men, but the result doesn't matter as it's popped up and out of play off the stick of Joel Drucker. 5-1 the score. Here from Buffalo Wild Wings Arena, Reagan Cleaves, Devin Sarah on the call for you here on CCHN. If you're just joining us, Lauren Jones allowing 5+ goals for the 4th straight appearance was yanked at the 11-minute mark of this second period after letting up his 5th goal of the night. He's replaced by Joel Drucker, who stands in net to our left, about to see a face-off resume play. Headed down behind, look out, Paul Meter behind the net trying to jam it free. Instead, it's Isaac Gibbs to walk away with the puck. Up right wing, here's Connor Morgan. He'll work across the line, lost the puck, but he got it back. He'll try to feed it out in front. It took a hop off of Isaac Gibbs, and the Grizzlies regain control. Pass through center. Porzondik intercepted. Morgan tagged up. Porzondik from a sharp angle, and it lifts up and out of play. And I believe the draw is going to stay inside the zone with 5:33 to go. Stay with us for the second intermission report. I'll have that for you. Here we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well as recap what has been a disappointing first 35 minutes.
And you know, in this draw right here, Andrew Porzonik, we know he's a great goal scorer, but we've got to see him take a higher quality shot or pass this puck off. Way too deep into the zone, way too much of a sharp angle, trying to look cute on that shot. And I love Porzonik, I really do. He's a fantastic goal scorer, but this top group has to show up, and they have to show why they've been scoring so well. They have to do what they did in that Missouri State series. I am, icing? Wow.
Braden Kilb tipped that in his own line, and somehow that was not waved off.
Yikes.
As I think everybody in the arena saw that it was tipped. I'm bewildered by that call, but hey, I'll take it. However, CMU can't win.
I mean, look, that's not even partisan, folks. Like, oh my goodness, a tip in front from Bottles.
With a good tip, that's how CMU scored early, and now Monaco deflected that. It ramped off his stick and into his paraphernalia off of Porzonik's pass from behind the net.
Well, hey, look, when you can't get any goal scoring going, what do you got to do? You got to get this puck on net and create chaos. Monaco, when he's moving left to right, has seemed unsteady when he hasn't been able to find the puck. That's the kind of style of play CMU's got to start finding here. They've got 5:09 to cut this deficit to 3, and that's a much better score in my mind than a 4-goal game, because what's the most dangerous lead in hockey, Reagan?
We've seen it. It's a 3-goal lead.
And we know better than anybody, right?
Yeah,
Especially with this CMU team.
Especially with earlier in the year, Saginaw Valley State roared back from a 3-goal deficit. Ferris State from a 3-goal deficit beat CMU. 3 goals, you're never out. Even in a maroon and gold game, now look out at 2-on-1. Ruiz batted it down. He's down the right wing side, fed it back in front. And a good deflection there by the CMU defense to work it free in front of Drucker. But CMU is able to get it to the point, but not out. It was kept in there by Geertz. Now look out.
Get it going.
Here's Andrew Siraki, a 3-on-1 with a man coming back. Siraki down the left side, a shot. It was blocked. Good defensive work there by the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. They keep CMU off the score sheet here. A stretch pass through neutral ice as it was lobbed out by the Golden Grizzlies. Here's Christopher Martin. A pass ahead to Siraki that's tipped after the red line. And the Golden Grizzlies will control in their own end. Good work by Braden Kilb to come back, and Andrew Siraki turning on the Jets with Brody Plant, and Siraki was able to win that one. Owen Campbell, miscommunication with Miller, leads to a turnover at neutral ice. Miller got it back. He flipped it in wide of the goal to the left. Luke Pastor crunched to the boards across the way. Phaneuf comes away with it. He lobbed it off the glass, and Plant picks it up on right wing. Across that line, will dump the puck in. Braden Kilb.
Oh, man, that's going to draw a penalty.
And it's going to be a boarding penalty. 3:18
I said it 4 times tonight, Reagan. Where's my ass for it? Look, the reason I get excited about that, not the hit on
no, I understand
Kilb,
that.
No. But here's the thing you got to remember, is when CMU's had this puck in their own end, they are playing much more disciplined defensively. If you notice, folks, the last 7 or 8 minutes, Joel Drucker has not seen a shot, at least a great one. Not comparable to what Lauren Jones was facing. CMU's starting to lock down defensively. They're starting to play with a lot more discipline, and that's what you have to see from this group that's struggling. It's a key face-off draw. They're going to have a power play to work with. You got to cut this lead to 3 goals right now.
Schmidt to the box. And for CMU, you scored your last goal off of not necessarily on the power play, but you were able to generate some momentum. And that led to a goal late in that first period. And hopefully CMU can do something. Isaac Gibbs over the line, lost the puck though, and the Grizzlies will take it and sky it down the ice. Chris Martin, though, fan on the clearing attempt. Here's Deneau. Couldn't get around Martin. Good defensive work there by the alternate captain for the Chippewas.
That's a couple of times we've seen them fan on clearing attempts, or at least an easy pass.
Here's Owen Campbell over the line, right side. Will work into the shot. He ripped it off the left shoulder of Monaco. Campbell ran into Siraki behind the net. Allows the Grizzlies to get to that puck and maybe get a shorthanded chance. Look out there, 2-on-1. Here's Deneau down the side, fed it out in front. Penalty coming up here on the Chippewas. Monaco to the bench. Gibbs pins his man to the boards. It's worked free, and CMU will have a 4-on-4 for the next 55 seconds. They're 0 for 2 on the power play.
Yeah, and
that's the difference. Oakland is 2 for 2 on the man advantage.
And Christopher Martin is just trying to compensate after losing inside positioning. He ends up drawing the penalty on the play late. And yeah, Oakland 2 for 2 on the night. They've been lights out in the power play. Joe Drucker is going to be tested here with some open ice 4-on-4. And they'll have a power play for about 1:05 to work with. So Oakland, they're trying to put this game away, and they can get a 6-1 deficit here. Boy, I think that's too much of a deficit to climb.
Don't talk about that until we're there, Devin. There's still a chance. CMU on a 4-on-4. Hayes works in. His shot from the neutral zone is blocked away by Monaco. Now look out, a pass ahead, knocked down by Charlie Hayes. He kept the puck in, a shot. Goes high over the net. Brandon Clements down the wall. Worked it free to Hayden Flynn. He's got it. Slides it off the boards to Hayes. Hayes works free of his man down the wall to Bottles. Bottles fakes the turnaround. Now he does button hook. He'll work it up to Hayes, left point. Fakes the shot, steps down a couple of feet. Passes it down to Bottles. Bottles to the sharp angle. And he couldn't fan on the shot. 4 seconds to go in the man advantage. Or pardon me, in the 4-on-4. Around the net, the Grizzlies are now on a power play. For another 1 minute. Behind the net, the Grizzlies 3 for 3 on the man advantage. Trying to put this one away. CMU trying to stay in this one. Clinging to hope that they can come back. But they need to kill off this penalty kill first. Here's Arbor down the wall. He'll work it up to Paul Meter. Paul Meter to the near side. A one-timer was blocked by the stick of Porzondik in the slot. It comes to the corner. Ruiz holds it. Up top to Arbor. At the right point to the near side. It's sent back across. It got hung up in the feet of Paul Meter. And a pass ahead. Andrew Porzondik's racing after the puck. But Monaco coming out to work the puck away. It's a 3-on-2. They feed it across. Ruiz couldn't handle it. And Isaac Gibbs was able to backhand that puck out of the zone. And the Golden Grizzlies are forced to turn it over.
Boy, if they could have had a break for Porzondik, look, they just too far. That's the kind of stuff that's went against CB tonight. Just unfortunate.
Here's Gotchke over the line. CMU has killed off their first of 3 penalties tonight. And Austin Ritter couldn't handle the puck at neutral ice. Here's Gotchke over the line. Took a spill as time expires here in period 3. Oakland leads by 4 heading into period 3. Central Michigan needs to regroup, settle down, and get things going before the third. We'll recap the second period when we come back. It's 5-1 Oakland after 40 minutes here on CCHN. And we're back here inside Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. Reagan Cleaves back here for the second intermission report. Happy to have you along with us, though. It has been a bit of a disappointing first 40 minutes. CMU allowing 3 goals in that second period. They now head into the third trailing 5-1, and that is not a good sign if you're a Chippewa fan. Central Michigan has struggled in third periods. It's their closest period in terms of goals differential, and when trailing after trailing after 2 periods, they have yet to earn a win. They are 0-5-1 when trailing after 2 periods, and we're just hoping that they can get back here because it's been a struggle bus here in period number 2. CMU gave up yet another power play goal. That one went to Arbor at the 5:06 mark, and Deneau got his 5th of the year just moments earlier, and those 2 goals made it a 4-1 hockey game. And then it was open, and then Ray increased the lead with a nice deflection out in front, and that chased Lauren Jones from the game at the 11-minute mark of period 2. Joe Drucker came in relief, and so far he's been able to stop everything that has been thrown at him, but we'll see how that continues as CMU needs him to play very well if they want any chance at coming back in this one. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here, the Grand Rapids Griffins are inactive here tonight, but they are active. I'm looking at the wrong sheet. They take on Texas here this afternoon. They're already in action. That game started at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Bob Kaiser and Larry Figursky have the call for you on that one if you want to tune over to that one on Wood Radio 1300 1069 FM or on the iHeartRadio app. The Spirits are at the London Knights tonight on 100.57 90 WSGW, and the NHL is on the All-Star break. The Wings will be back in action on the 7th when they take on Edmonton, but that is all later. That will do it for our second intermission report. We'll step aside. 2:30 to go until we're back here for period 3. Let's hope and pray that it's a lot better than it was here in period 2. Thanks for watching. Stay with us. We're coming back with the third period right here on CCHN. Only time will tell how this third period will go. And for the Chippewas, they hope it is their best period of the season. They are down by 4. 20 minutes left to play for you math nerds out there. That's at least a goal every 5 minutes. They need to win this game. They are trying to get to nationals for the 4th consecutive year. And it's a tall road ahead already. Devin, your thoughts on the third period?
You know, I had a couple of conversations with some CMU fans and supporters outside of the confines of this rink 3 here at Buffalo Wild Wings Center. Look, the point is, some nights you have it, sometimes you don't. And more times than not, the last couple of games, CMU hasn't had it. They haven't found a way to have the drive, to have the scoring ability. Mentally, there's obviously something going on with this team. Whether it's the ineffective play from guys out of the lineup like Jane Adu, Keelan Baker, they're in, but we've seen them limited. Something's not going right for them, and they've got to start changing it. I think, first of all, it starts with that leadership group. And we talked about when Tyler Cataline was relieved of his duties, what would Brendan Martin bring in leadership? What would he bring to this team? How would he fire them up? Well, I'll tell you what, he better give Given one hell of a pep talk in that locker room, because this CMU team, if they want any chance of winning this game and making it to nationals, needs to find it right here.
Indeed, and CMU controls off the offensive zone draw. And you mentioned Keelan Baker and Jane Adu. I haven't called their name once here tonight, and outside of mentioning that they're out of the lineup, and it's certainly a disadvantage for CMU when your captain is out of the lineup, or at least not playing tonight. It reminds me somewhat of Zdeno Chara back in the 2019 Stanley Cup Finals when he came back in that game against St. Louis, but he never returned in the series. Here's a shot right from the right point there by the Golden Grizzlies, number 19, that's Jack Oppo. Loose puck in the right wing circle of the Chippewas end. Pickpocket there was Kiel. On the left side, Chippa fed it out in front. It's loose behind Drucker, and his stick goes flying to the end boards, and it's kicked away, but his teammates do get it back to him, and icing is waved off here. Stretch pass ahead by the Golden Grizzlies, intercepted by Isaac Gibbs off the deflection. Austin Ritter will tee it up and fire it in. 8:50 to go here. Or 18:50 to go here in period number 3. Austin Ritter kept it into the right point, but he backhanded it down, and that leads to a turnover for the Maroon and Gold. It's rimmed around the boards to the near side, deflected into the high slot there for Austin Ritter, and it's dumped back down. Isaac Gibbs turns and works it back out to center ice. Across the way, Metz plays it to the near side, Chippa. CMU doesn't have any offensive zone time here in this third period. They're trying to get some here as we've played 1:50. Isaac Gibbs pursues the puck in this corner. Worked it free, and Morgan got hit up high. A penalty's going to come up here.
They've got to get a quick
Joel
pass here.
Drucker has got to get going from the net. He doesn't realize that his team had a delayed penalty coming up, and the Golden Grizzlies. And now are they sending Connor Morgan off as well? If so, that's tough for CMU. So the Grizzlies catch a break. Connor Morgan's going to the box, and he's shaking his head, doesn't know why. But gotta have discipline.
Something this team has struggled with, especially when they've had a chance to get a power play.
Indeed, we saw that a lot in the Lawrence Tech series. So Morgan's off, and it's 4-on-4 here.
They got some open ice to work with now, and they win this draw, and again, they lose this puck.
Kachi off as well. Chippewas can't control the offensive end. Brandon Clements, the only man back on a 2-on-1. Down the right side, a toe drag, and a shot by Phaneuf whistles wide. Pastor at the left point to the near side, Konzak. His shot patted away by Drucker in the rebound. The net's off its moorings, and CMU will not be able to change, but a stoppage of play 25 seconds into this 4-on-4.
Hey, those were some great saves there from Joel Drucker. You see him moving left to right. He's got to make some right blocker saves, and that time he has great confidence. Even when that puck went off its moorings, it was not going in the back of the net because of Joel Drucker's great positioning. Great start. We mentioned how he was replaced Lauren Jones about halfway through that second period.
And he's always had that quickness going back to high school at Plymouth. I had the pleasure of calling a game against him at my alma mater, Catholic Central High School out of Grand Rapids. That was a fun game. But he's always had that quickness, and it shows there. Stepping over the line, here's Phaneuf dancing into the slot, rubbed off it there, though, by Clemens. Nathan Models couldn't get it going. He's out there with Porzondik, Hayes, and Clemens. Clemens to the near side, Hayes, and he'll start the breakout for CMU. Pass ahead off the skate of Bottles. It trickles in on Monaco, and he plays it up the left wing. Bottles rubbed his man off the puck, and Phaneuf, he's got it in the right wing circle. Old button hook, feed it out in front. He had Hayes in the back door, but couldn't connect as it was deflected back out to center. 47 to go in the 4-on-4. Porzondik over the line. His shot defended well by Konzak. He's up into the chest of Monaco. 3:25 gone here in the third.
And Oakland has great vision on the ice. Konzak right there intercepted that centering feed from Bottles, tagged to go to Porzo, and then Porzo gets this puck back and shoots it on net. And Monaco once again with another easy, confident save. And what's this one? That one's way up into the netting gear. Thankful for that, or would have knocked your head off about 2 feet. You know, Reagan, I as you mentioned, look, they're going to get back in this hockey game 4-on-4 still for now 28 seconds, 38. They got to get this one back on the blue line, kick it out, and I've mentioned it again, get Monaco moving. Yeah, they want the rebound, but honestly, Monaco doesn't look like he's going to give up any more tonight. That's a loud PA system, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Almost louder than Saginaw Bay Ice Arena.
Almost like that Buffalo Wild Wings commercial where they're like, roar, and it just blows off your face. Almost as bad as the Whopper commercial.
I guess it's about as appropriate. Have you seen that new Detroit Pistons commercial?
I haven't.
Where it's a complete ripoff of the Burger King jingle. And I rolled my eyes when I first saw it.
Is that one way to get fans, or is that way to lose them? I don't know.
How is that not a tripping penalty?
Owen Campbell down on the ice after no. Okay. 5-on-5 again.
And we're back to 5-on-5 after a pretty chaotic 4-on-4. Now Owen Campbell took his man down. The puck bounces off of a man, and it was caught up in Schmidt's paraphernalia. Not often you see the puck caught up in a skater's jersey, but it was there, and the Chippewas get it and move it out. But it's slapped back in, though, by the Grizzlies. Stretch pass through center, intercepted over the line, and a blocker save there by Drucker. That one handcuffed him a bit as it was up high, but he was able to corral the rebound before anything happened. 15-20 here to go here in period 3.
And, you know, that was probably the most less than confident save I've seen from Joel tonight. And, you know, credit to him. This CMU group just cannot find a way to get out of their own zone, whether it be not hustling to the puck or rather Oakland thereof, just using their speed and ability to get bodies to that puck. And I mentioned the physicality. I've said it so many times. Take a shot every time I've seen that. They've been doing that and more tonight. Oakland has.
Indeed, they've been beating Central Michigan to the puck.
And look at that right there. Look at the hustle to keep that puck in. And now CMU has to reset again. And they know they've got their number right now.
They've been working that so well throughout this game, just beating the Chippewas to puck after puck after puck. And it shows in a 5-1 game. Sam Camara backed it down the wall. It'll be scooped up and thrown out after a deflection off of Austin Ritter. He'll turn and fire it wide of goal. 14:32 to go here in period 3. Oakland up 5-1 here from Buffalo Wild Wings Arena in Troy, Michigan. Reagan Cleaves, Devin Serra on the call for you here. Oakland, well, hey look, CMU getting a keeping at the right point, and oh my goodness, they score! The Chippewas playing pinball out in front of Monaco, and CMU has brought this game back to within 3.
You know,
14-10 to go.
Reagan, Austin Ritter, a little snapshot from the blue line, and Monaco sees it the whole way, and he just gets beat. And honestly there, I don't think even Ritter expected that to go in. He was probably just looking for a rebound chance or somebody to go to the net, and it's in. And now 14-10 left to go. It's a 3-goal hockey game. Never say die, folks. Let's see what CMU's got.
Ritter's third of the campaign. One of only 6 Chippewas to have played all 22 games this season. Keelan Baker had that streak snapped last game, but he wasn't able to make the lineup, as well as Jay Nadeau, but they're both back in the lineup, though we haven't seen them on the ice here today. Oh, the linesman got in the way of that one, and here come the Golden Grizzlies, a 2-on-1 to the near side. Arbor couldn't get a handle on it. Good work there by Charlie Hayes. He goes after his man. It's worked free by Andrew Porzondik. Got it behind the net to Charlie Hayes. CMU trying to break down right to left. Now trailing only by 3. Nathan Bottles overworked here right in front of the broadcast booth. Porzondik corrals that puck off the half wall and dumps it in on the backhand. 13:15 to go here in period 3 from Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. This one's deflected ahead. It took an odd hop off of a stanchion, and Joel Drucker with a fire drill at the Oakland bench is able to get it up ahead, and a shot blockered away by Monaco.
I don't know why I got so excited. I just saw Siraki streaking in. I thought he was a little bit closer to the net than he was. Monaco, recently Reagan has now looked a little bit more unsteady.
Indeed he has. Puck is free behind the net. The Golden Grizzlies swoop into control. Rubbing his man off the puck there is Ryan Gatchke. Worked up to the left point. Here's a one-timer, and it took a crazy hop when the Golden Grizzlies score. It's back to 6-2. Just a couple of minutes after CMU brought it back to within 3, and now the Chippewas wondering if it's a high stick, and so the referees are discussing.
Well, let's see this play again. They're working behind the net. They get this one back up top to the point, and it goes off a body in front. I'm not sure who.
Or maybe they're discussing if it was a kicking motion.
It squirted perfectly between the 5-hole of Joe Drucker right there, and honestly, not really too much he could do about that one.
This is a consequential discussion by the officials here. No goal.
No goal.
Wow. So CMU
what a break.
Stays in this. I wonder what it was. Maybe they'll announce it over the PA. My guess is it was a distinct kicking motion or a high sticking, or it was played with a high stick, but
well, hey, we do have a microphone listening into that PA system. Let's see if we can get an
If
announcement.
they do announce it, they haven't announced anything so far this evening, and we'll see if they do it.
Yeah. They've been
But
kind
right
of a
now,
quieter PA system, but yeah, you know, the point is, like, now there's a discussion in front of the Oakland bench about that one, and I mean, it was honestly the luckiest bounce I've ever seen. Kind of similar to what happened to Lauren Jones earlier when they had a goal like that off of a stick. But that one just keeps Central alive in this one, barely.
So CMU catches a break there. And they still are within 3. And Oakland trying to capitalize. They win the face-off and slide it just by Joel Drucker. Now here come the Chippewas. Up left wing, Andrew Siraki plays it up and into the netting. Tried to play it off the glass, but it didn't work for the freshman, and CMU will regroup.
And you know, Brendan Martin's really been testing all 4 of his lines here tonight. He's really shooken up Andrew Siraki now. He's got him playing with Andrew Miller and Owen Campbell. And Campbell, we've seen a lot of different action with a couple of guys. Porzondik, Isaac Gibbs, Bottles. You can tell they're trying to make adjustments on the fly, and some has worked, some have not. More likely than not, he wants to get these young guys involved and tell them to hustle, because he's really testing his group to see which guys are going to continue to play their, I don't want to sound cliche here, hearts out. It's just that's kind of what it's come down to. They've got to do what Oakland's been doing, hustle harder and use that energy. It seems like they've been saving the whole game.
Andrew Siraki touched it into the middle to Owen Campbell. He lost it, and McLeod will play it up left wing. Phaneuf almost had it, but he couldn't corral it, and the puck hit the linesman on the way out. It came back into the Central Michigan end, consequently, and Kyle Chapman harassed from behind, and The Chippewas trying to get
Gotta
out.
go here.
Pass to the near side. Siraki over the line. Into the circle. His pass crushed it off by McLeod. Siraki's got it back. It's loose out in front. And the Golden Grizzlies take it and play it down the ice. Icing will be waved off. 11:25 to go.
Owen Campbell did a good job to get that puck onto the net and look for a short side feed. And Siraki played the net way too wide. Had he been closer to the net, he would have been wide open for a backdoor chance instead. At least it the other way.
Now out in front, Austin Ritter. Good defensive work there by Luke Pastor. And now numbers for the Grizzlies. Kyle Chapman disrupted that. And they go tumbling into the boards across the way. Pastor worked it up. Here's Geertz's shot. It goes whistling high. Pastor down from the right point. Pulls up, snows the official in the process. He's got it in the right wing corner. Left it off. There for Prill. Prill puts on the brakes, moves behind the goal. He'll work over to the far half boards, up the wall. Kept in at the left wing. And the Chippewa fans thinking it was offside, but the linesman didn't see it. 10:30 to go here in period 3. CMU down by 3. They've been down this entire game, have not had a lead. They were able to cut the lead to 1 at the tail end of the first period, but it was all Oakland from there. Got one back moments ago to bring them back within 3, and that's where we stand right now. Puck is free across the way. It went up into the Golden Grizzlies bench. We'll have a stoppage of play with 9:59 to go.
Fans tune in tomorrow for the series finale between these same two teams, Central and Oakland, as they continue to battle for the 4th spot in the FCHC East and with national implications. Puck drop will be at a 4:30 p.m. coverage starting at 4:05. It will be right here on CCHN, your home for Chippewa hockey, and hopefully we will have better coverage service-wise for you then.
Again, we do apologize for the sketchy Wi-Fi that we've had here. Again, we'll have a full game uninterrupted uploaded once we get back to Mount Pleasant here tonight.
Reagan, when you work a student broadcast, you know there's some things that are out of your control, and tonight that's just been one of those things for us.
Icing the call here on the Golden Grizzlies.
Great call, by the way, so far, Reagan.
It's been fun.
And you know, for once, you're the one keeping me in control.
I know.
For me, Hyper, right? It seems like I've had a little extra step today.
Might need to get the hearing in my
Maybe
left.
maybe not so much the team.
I might need to get the hearing in my left ear checked after this one.
You guys like the jump scares at home? I see your comments. I see someone mentioning I'm giving a couple of jump scares here tonight. My levels unchecked. Get this man some water.
Wonder which one they're
that's
talking
great.
about. Here's Hayes at the left point. A shot. That went off.
Shout out GD, the real Ice Cube. You're a real one.
Here's Charlie Hayes chasing the puck in. He's got Andrew Borzanic out of 2-on-1 for CMU. Flynn on the left side works on this shot. Hit a handcuff Monaco, but he made the save nonetheless. Oh, and Flynn, offensive man. And the Grizzlies wanting a penalty. They're not going to get one. Flynn's stick broke in the process.
I was afraid Flynn was going to have what Nadu had to him, and it was going to come back and redirect in his face.
Yeah.
Good to see him get off there. Man, that one went about 5 feet in the Broad Street. Oh, my goodness.
This one sent down the length of the ice. Icing will be the call as Clements wins the race. 8:57 to go here in period 3.
Well, Reagan, the time is ticking. And we're going to get another ad read in here while the time is ticking. If you're looking for game reports, stats, schedules, and more, take a trip to cmitchicehockey.com. There you can find those and much more, including player information, recruiting information, apparel, and more. That's COICHICEHOCKEY.com.
Sorry about how clunky that first ad read was here.
Yeah, well, we're done for the night, so there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Good job.
8:54 to go here in period 3. CMU down by 3. They've got to get one soon if they want a chance in this one. Stretch pass through neutral ice. Taking it to the defensive blue line there by Chippa. Chippa played it to the near side. Monty is passed ahead. Deflected past his man and icing the call here on Oakland.
And, you know, Oakland's had to take a couple of near icings here, trying to just get out of their own zone. And, you know, they kind of are the reverse of what the Chippewas look like. It seemed like they couldn't get a clean pass outlet to get over the blue line, and now that's happened to the Golden Grizzlies. If you're CMU, you have to see this and take advantage of it and slow the pace down. Get a clean look, the blue line, get motion, get defensemen shifting the other way, get a quick shot on that, and get Monaco moving.
Off the face-off, the Grizzlies and the Chippewas are forced to chase the puck back to their own end. Offside here on the Grizzlies. They've got a regroup that allows Owen Campbell to scoop up the loose change. He's got Andrew Siraki down the left wing. The freshman picks up the puck. Full work behind the net and a good poke check there by Monaco. So knock that puck away. Stretch pass across the way at neutral ice. Connor Morgan can't find it. It'll be picked up there by Kotchke. For the Chippewas, take it away and dump it into the defensive end. Now look out, Ruiz down the right wing. He's got nobody with him, but the man coming back goes to the front of the net, and Brody Plant, CMU, though, does get it out of there, and Owen Campbell swats that puck down at the blue line, but the problem was he was on the bench, so we've got a halt to play. 7:48 to go here in period 3.
You know, I see Nathan Bottles and Andrew Brzonik talking on the bench here. You have to wonder if they're going to talk about a set play here and get their guys going. Brendan Martin has talked all about how the top guys kind of set the example and it trickles down there. Well, they've got to set an example here and get some movement in front, get this puck to the other zone. They're running out of time here.
Golden Grizzlies have the puck in the offensive end, 7:35 to go, and here in a 3-goal hockey game from Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. Here's Ritter over the line, his shot. Good stick work there by Monaco to get that puck up and out of play. Not up and out of play, but up to the side. Now look out, they score! Connor Morgan makes this a 2-goal game, and Central Michigan from down 4 is back to within 2.
Way to go to the net. Austin Ritter takes his initial shot, comes back to the half wall. CMU picks this puck up. They don't shoot it initially. They wait in front, get time and space, and Connor Morgan stuffs it home. This game is not done, folks. It's a 2-goal deficit with 7:19 to play.
So CMU with a wonky shot that made its way through. 12:49. Goals 7 minutes apart, almost exactly. Morgan has his 8th of the campaign.
Now let's see what they got here. Let's see how much hustle they got left.
And you wonder what difference that goal that was waved off by the Grizzlies made. Up at the left point, big hit on Metz there by Hayden Flynn. Puck is free behind the net, but a pass from there intercepted by Hayden Flynn. Clements picks up the loose change in the left wing corner and dumps it down the ice with 6:37 to go. Here from Troy. Puck's deflected into the defensive end for CMU. Charlie Hayes back there to play it. Here's Andrew Porzondik, a 3-on-2 with the top line out there. Porzondik in with a shot. It deflects up and out of play with 6:19 to go.
Hey, you know what I just noticed, Reagan? The first time since that first period, I've seen the entire CMU bench standing. They know they're ready to go on a set play. They don't have a lot of time, but if they got anything left in the tank in this one, it's got to come right here. That 3-on-2 was perfect, but Porzonik's looking for a rebound there. If he tries to scoot this one in front, look for that second read. I think they got a backdoor chance.
Here's Siraki off the draw. Couldn't get a ton of mustard on that shot. Puck comes back out to neutral ice. Braden Keel with Andrew Siraki at neutral ice. Puck is eventually worked free. Keel has to chase after it. His pass was intercepted. The Grizzlies have it in the slot. They work down to the half boards. Out in front, a shot saved by Drucker, and the rebound is cleared across the way.
Good job with CMU to stick with that rebound. Oh, no.
Christopher Martin misplayed it in his skates. Look out, a shot ripped wide there by Sam Palmeter, looking for his 3rd point of the night, and he ripped it wide.
I'll be honest, this is another misplay by Christopher Martin. He's had a couple of those tonight. Tries to hold this puck in at the half wall and settle it down, and it just allows Oakland to regain it, and they've got a streaking forward right to the net. And good presence awareness by Joel Drucker to make the initial save, and then they come in for the rebound and clear it away.
5:40 to go here in period 3. Reagan Cleaves and Devin Serra on the call, as that one is sent just high off the face-off. Here's Sam Camara. Puts on the brakes behind his own net. Plays it off the half boards. Too far for Connor Morgan. It's picked up. A shot deflected right in front. Arbor took that shot from the slot and it was deflected right out in front of Drucker. Ritter pitchforks that one the length of the ice, and Isaac Gibbs is going to win that race by about a mile. He's still got it, throws it off the side of the net. The Chippewas have it out in front, and Connor Morgan tried to stuff it home on the side of the net, but he had nobody home to pick up the rebound on the back door. Oh. And we've got a halt to action with the icing against the Grizzlies. 4:57 to go.
I love what Connor Morgan's playing right now. He's getting hard to the net, creating great shot opportunities that are forcing Monaco to make that initial one. At CMU, if I'm Brendan Martin, I'm telling them to crash the net. They got to look for somebody on the back door and stick with it. That's how they scored a lot of times against Missouri State. And the reason I mentioned that is they got to keep that up here.
Bottles right off the face-off, and the puck is loose in front. They still jam away at it, and the Grizzlies, though, eventually do get the clear.
Man, Oakland looks like they're just behind in their own zone. Yeah, they had chances, but it's mostly coming from CMU misplays.
Pass up the boards. Andrew Porzondik catches it from behind. Tried to move around the defense, didn't work. Now here's Bottles in the right circle, a shot. That was blocked. He gets it back into the slot. Oh, he put it wide. Rebound off the boards behind the net. And Flynn couldn't get enough mustard on it. Bottles picks off a pass behind the net. Dropped it off to the right point. Clements to the near side. Hayes. He's got it in the circle, a shot. It's blocked to the far side. Clements picks it up. Throws it around behind the boards to the near side where it's Brody Plant to pick it up. Hayes lost the puck, and Hayden Flynn chops at it. It's into the offensive end. The Grizzlies control. 4 minutes to go here in period 3. Joel Drucker throwing it around behind the goal. He's got to get back, and he does. The Oakland Grizzlies trying to set play behind the net, but it didn't work. 3:48 to go here in period 3. From Buffalo Wild Wings Arena in Troy, Michigan. CMU down by 2 in a game that they were down by 4 at one point. Here's Chippa, feeds it out in front. Drucker was caught out, couldn't make the save. Oh, at the side of the net. Drucker was caught on the wrong side, and the Chippewas lucky to escape. Now on the right wing, here's Schmidt over the line. He's got Campbell defending him. He works around him and behind the net. Left it out in front, and it was put just high there by Metz. Schmidt with a good hustle to keep that puck in. 3:09 to go here in regulation. Miller pins up the puck across the way. The Grizzlies come away with it at the left point, and they work it back to their own blue line.
Now they're thinking about keep away. As they've pinned CMU in their own zone, just at the blue line, they're going to keep forwards back there the entire final 2.5 minutes.
Exactly. Conservative hockey here from the Golden Grizzlies.
That means
got a man behind the defense. Here's Schmidt. Picks up a loose change off the end wall.
Right, and that means if they can get a forward streak again, they'll get them behind the defense.
Here's Owen Campbell trying to poke it past Pastor, but Pastor worked the puck free. Over the line, right wing, here's Deneau. He's already got a goal tonight. He worked it to the high slot for Pastor. He plays it off the wall. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in period 3. Out comes Austin Ritter down the left wing. Joel Drucker inching out of his net. He will stay where he is for the time being. The Grizzlies pick up the puck, send it back into the Chippewa line. Connor Morgan to the near side. Isaac Gibbs across that line. Who'll work into the shot? It was defended well there by Konzak. Out come the Golden Grizzlies through center ice over the Buffalo Wild Wings logo at center ice. Isaac Gibbs took a penalty for hooking, and that is going to send the Chippewas to the penalty kill and kill any chance that they had at coming back in this one.
Yeah, you know, I love the hustle. I love the effort by Isaac Gibbs to go to the body, but you cannot hook your man there. He's just trying to get inside position and keep the Oakland defense forward from getting to the net. And that time he is the non-benefactory and goes to the box. And, you know, we're going to talk about this in the postgame. I love the effort from CMU. Never say die. But it was just too much, too late for this game. And Oakland looks like if they can hold on the next minute and 40 to walk away with the win.
And the chances they will, because an icing will not stop the clock. It's going to be hard. They're going to be hard-pressed to pull their netminder here. They've got to get men up the ice. Over the line, here's Chippa. It's played down behind the net. Charlie Hayes rims it around the boards. He had Porzondik on a cherry-pick move. but it was cut off at neutral ice. 75 to go. The Golden Grizzlies over the line. They got a 2-on-1. Plot left it off there for Abo. Abo high slot, a shot, they score. Shane Arbor has got his third of the game. Hat trick for Shane Arbor, and it's 6-3 Oakland. They are an astounding 3 for 4 on the power play tonight.
You gave the stat right there. Shane Arbor has had a terrific last 2 weekends. He had a great weekend. I think it was 6 points against Adrian, and 5-3 and 9-1 wins. And now they're going to walk away here with another one. And Oakland now still continuing their heater. They've won now 9 of their last 11 games. They will have been.
Yes, I was going to say.
Sorry, I'm jumping the gun here.
Yogi Berra once said it ain't over till it's over. However, CMU is playing a time sport. Yogi Berra played a game without time.
Reagan,
played back into the Oakland end.
I'll let you finish this in a sec, but this was an effort, though, in the third period you got to respect. CMU knew they weren't out of this game yet, and they hustled. And had it been for a lucky bounce or two, this might have been a one-goal hockey game, and we'd have a different story.
Well, it certainly would have been a
built that
one-goal
lead,
game.
and credit to them. Played a great first 40 minutes against CMU.
And we'll talk about it in the post-game show, but that penalty kill going forward has to improve for CMU. Last weekend, you might have thought it was a fluke, playing such a great Lawrence Tech team, but today 1 for 4 on the penalty kill will not cut it in the MCHC East, and that's shown here tonight as the Grizzlies dump it in. Campbell will hold behind his own net as time winds down, and that'll do it. The Oakland Golden Grizzlies on senior night have defended home ice, and Domenico Monaco gets his third win of the year, while the Chippewas, who have struggled since the break, continue to do so as they fall to now 5th in the MCHC East. We'll step aside, come back with the postgame show right after this on CCHN.
Wait, why is there lights?
He's got one light. We're fine.
All right.
And we're back here inside Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. Reagan Cleaves and Devin Sarah back for one final time as Central Michigan, another disappointing loss here tonight for CMU. Devin, they fall 6-3 to the number 14 team in the nation, Oakland, and it was a tough one from the start. But in the end, you can't win a game if you can't play special teams. Central Michigan does not have a power play goal in 4 games now. They were 0 for 4 against Pennsylvania. They were 0 for 2 against Lawrence Tech and 0 for 7 against Lawrence Tech. And tonight they're 0 for 2. And their penalty kill, even worse. In the last 2 games, 7 goals on 9 attempts. This has got to be better for Central Michigan going forward.
Well, you know what? You just said it best. Obviously, the special teams stick out like a sore thumb. 3 out of 4 power play chances go in, and it's Shane Arbor scoring all 3 of them. We'll get to him in our keys or players of the game. But the thing is look, for 40 minutes of this hockey game, CMU was outplayed. That first period, again, they started slow, and Oakland was able to take advantage of CMU not getting their legs under them. They had the first goal go in off a 6-on-5 after the goaltender went to the bench, Monaco, and then Nathan Bottles, that was a Nathan Bottles penalty. Mm-hmm. He stayed in the box because an ACHA rule is if you have a 6-on-5 and you score a goal, you stay on the man.
It's not even
advantage.
the 6-on-5. It's if you score on a delayed penalty,
yep.
the penalty still counts. And as far as I know, that's the only league that does it outside of the NCAA as well. And it killed us there.
And those are 2 quick succession goals, and you could see that Lauren Jones was shaky. Okay, we've had this discussion the last couple of games. Is Lauren Jones going to be able to play the level we've seen him all year? Now, this is his 4th game this year where he's allowed at least 5 goals.
4 straight.
It's not good. It's just not good enough for a team that absolutely needs goaltending, especially when they don't skate hard enough and they're not playing their style of hockey that they've I would say come accustomed to, but we just haven't seen it. We didn't see it against IUP. We haven't seen it against Lawrence Tech, and we certainly didn't see it here tonight until the final 15 minutes.
Yeah, and though Central Michigan did come back in this one, that should not be understated. Connor Morgan and Austin Ritter got Central Michigan's final 2 goals to pull them back within 2, and then Isaac Gibbs took a hooking penalty coming from behind on the Oakland Grizzlies as they entered the zone on right wing. And that killed any momentum CMU had. That allowed Shane Arbor to complete the hat trick on the ensuing power play. And Central Michigan, you thought, might have been able to go home. Okay, hey, we stayed in this one. We fought to it. But it's going to be a disappointing bus ride once again for CMU going home.
And I think there's going to be a lot of conversations had, or at least I hope they are, about goaltending, about the top lines, about that top line specifically. What has happened to that group? Hayden Flynn, Nathan Bottles, Andrew Porzani, they had their looks. Let's not get it wrong, but they just haven't been able to find the back iron like they have been earlier in the year. And you talk about having the supporting cast come in and do their roles. Maybe, we've heard from assistant coach Tyler Koss say, hey, that top group can get us 3 or 4 goals, and then that support cast can get 1 or 2 in there. We haven't seen that at all. It seems like they've just been outskated. Credit to Oakland University tonight. I thought they played a fantastic game. They hustled hard on the puck. They were physical. They took CMU out of it early, and you could see the frustration just start to mount. And I think when you do that on a senior night when they had so many fans in this building, it's got to be such a relief. This is their biggest win of the season. It's the highest ranked opponent that they've beaten this year. They previously beat Arizona State, who was number 22. And then now they beat number 17, Central Michigan. If you're an Oakland fan, you got to feel great. But on the other side of things, it's just flat out disappointing and not what you expect to see from a team that has such high expectations.
And for a team, frankly, that started the second semester so well, they make the coaching change. They split the series with Grand Valley State. And then they beat the number 14 Nebraska and beat number 2 Missouri State. And I think of that turning point. I think the turning point in the second semester has been that IUP game where you go, frankly, toe-to-toe with a team you shouldn't have. You should have blown IUP out of the water. They're an unranked team. You're in the top 25, and I think that's the turning point in this season. And for Central Michigan, you have to work your butt off the rest of this season if you want to even sniff nationals, because playing like this ain't going to do it the rest of the way. Central Michigan players to watch tonight. Andrew Porzanic kept off the score sheet, but We talked about the goaltending needing to be better, and Lauren Jones, and I don't want to fault him for this. He's been battling an injury throughout the season. We saw it throughout the year, but you don't want to blame him too much, but when you let up 5+ goals in 4 straight games, it's tough.
It's not on him. I don't think it's on him at all. And, you ask him about, where may his confidence be at? How is he feeling when he's on the ice? Disregarding the soreness and the physical aspect of how he's playing. Lauren Jones is a fantastic goaltender. I don't want people to get that wrong. We've seen him play excellent, especially in the Miami Showcase, especially when they needed wins against Adrian, against opponents they should beat, U of M Flint. He kept them in that game. But right now, Lauren Jones just doesn't have it, and it's evident on the ice. And I love the guy to death, and I know you do too. Yeah. But a change needed to be made. Joel Drucker came in. I was very surprised to not see Elijah Jones, the freshman goaltender, who's arguably been their number 2.
And I think we might see him tomorrow, given the fact that Lauren Jones has played almost every single game for CMU. I think he deserves a rest.
He absolutely does. Yeah, he needs it.
I think what was going through Brendan Martin's mind was, okay, give Joel Drucker a chance. He hasn't played since the Lake Superior State game, and he's been dressing more often. But give him that shot. See what he's got. And he only allowed 1 goal through 29 minutes. He played well tonight.
Excellent. And you know how fast of a goaltender he is. We don't want to elaborate too much because we got a show to get underway.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact of the matter is he played excellent. He was shifting left and right. When Oakland would get a slot chance in the zone, get a crossface feed off of a fan clear attempt from a defender, he would come up big for them. And Joel Drucker, way to show off against an excellent opponent tonight, Oakland University. Proud of him for his effort, and it should be acknowledged.
Indeed. For Oakland, Josh Arbor, 3 goals and an assist. All 3 goals coming on the power play, and that's the key to this game, as we stressed at the beginning of this post-game show. And then for Abo, he got 2 assists on the night. He was playing very well here for Oakland. And you're looking at your keys to the game, special teams, Devin. Do we even want to mention them?
I think we beat a dead horse here.
Yeah.
We'll let you decide that one at home, folks.
The second one was score quick goals, and CMU did do that. They scored, but your second half of this kind of negates that. Take Oakland out of it. They didn't do that. They allowed Oakland to get 2 quick goals early, and it didn't really happen, and the physicality was in a totally different league, Devin.
Well, this Oakland team we talked about coming in was going to bring the physicality. That's their style. That's how they're going to win this game. They did it. They did it on all fronts. They were winning the board battles. They were capitalizing on CMU's mistakes. They were making life very difficult for Lauren Jones because he had to move so much. This Oakland team looks scary if they can play like that on a consistent basis. And whether you are an Oakland fan saying, hey, this was one of Oakland's best games of the year, if not their best, or you're a CMU fan saying this was one of the worst, the fact of the matter is that one team won the physicality department tonight that I beat so ingrainedly into the keys of this game and inside Chippewa hockey. I don't want to raise my voice too much, but they won it tonight, and they won it well. And credit to that Oakland University squad for getting it done.
Yeah, they certainly played one heck of a game tonight. They are certainly going to be a team to watch, maybe as a dark horse candidate in the MCHC East playoffs, which is what we would hope CMU would be. But if they keep playing like this, it's going to be a tough road to get there. 3 stars of the game, number 3, Connor Morgan with a goal and an assist. He got the rally started for CMU late in that 3rd period. He played well tonight. Abo getting our 2nd star with those 2 assists, and then a hat trick and an assist for Arbor, and that was really the difference in this hockey game. A 3-goal game, 3 goals scored by Arbor, Shane Arbor, and that's the difference here tonight. Looking ahead on the schedule, these 2 teams back in action tomorrow afternoon. CMU falling to 12-8, 2-1. Oakland improving to 13-11. 4:05 broadcast time here on CCHN. Devin, quick preview of that one. What do you got?
Well, you're talking about tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I think CMU is going to have to, on home ice, right? How do they answer? Well, it starts with the leadership. It starts with, we're not going to sound dramatic here, but some sort of coming together. This team can and does have the talent to score goals and win games. They've shown that their top guys can step up and be the dynamic goal scorers we've seen. I'm talking about Owen Campbell, Nathan Bottles, Andrew Porzonik, Isaac Gibbs. Regardless of players like Keelan Baker and Jay Nadeau being out of the lineup, this is a team that, if you watch the last 15 minutes, has played that style of hockey for most of the year. This team can and will find a way, I think, but they have to show it. They have to want it. How badly do you want to make the national tournament? How badly do you want to be a national champion? That's the mindset that this CMU squad has to take. That's the mindset the coaching staff has to take. It's not time to pity yourself and feel bad for yourself and feel down. If you want to show some leadership presence, tell these young guys, pick yourself up. Last year they did the same thing. They struggled in the mid part of the year. They turned it on late, and even with a disappointing regular season finale, they showed up in the MCHC tournament. That's the kind of effort we got to see from this team, and let's see if they can put their money where their mouth is.
We'll see what happens tomorrow, and hopefully it's a lot better than this game here tonight. Taking a look at a quick out-of-town scoreboard, the only ACHA score we have for you, Hope comes from behind to beat Grand Valley State 2-1 with 2 third-period goals. Hope maintains their stranglehold on the #1 spot that they've had for practically 3 years running now. They knock off Grand Valley in their own building 2-1. Grand Rapids up 3-2 over Texas at the end of 2, and the Spirit fall to the London Knights 5-1. In the skills competition going on tonight for the National Hockey League, and that means the Wings will be back in action on February 7th. It's been one heck of a night, and we've got to get home, so we'll wrap it up here. But before we go, thanks to Alex Scher, our cameraman and producer here tonight. It was a pleasure to have him out here. Great job tonight, Alex. That'll just about do it for us here tonight, and we'll be back here tomorrow at Martin Ice Arena when the Chippewas hope to rebound from a tough loss on the road here tonight. Until then, my name is Reagan Cleaves for Devin Sarah and everybody else here at CCHN saying so long from Buffalo Wild Wings Arena in Troy, Michigan, as the Central Michigan Chippewas fall 6-3 to the Oakland Golden Grizzlies here on their senior night. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Just stop streaming.